All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Running a little bit late there. Sorry about that. Yes, nerds. Nerds indeed. Good evening, everybody. I'm Ben Ravensdale. I'm going to be the GM for this particular campaign. This is Battletech using the Fate system. It's a bit of a conversion that I did. Um, So it's a little, there might be a couple little rough pieces here and there, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Let's do a quick introduction of our players that are here tonight. We are missing one person for the evening, but that's okay. Starting with player one, Asterisk.
Hey, my name's Chris in real world, but here in Twitchland, I usually go by Asterisk Chaos, something along those lines. I I been doing the whole BattleTech thing for way too long, way too long. Figured it's about time to get out here and do it with some friends and kind of show how big a nerd we are.
Sweet. Player two, that's going to be Creative Play.
Hey, Jim here from Creative Plan Podcast Network. Finally getting to not be the forever GM. And again, thank you, Ben, for the offer for Mech Warrior, because I'm like, yes, let's do this, especially in the Fate system. And I'll be playing Tovar.
Oh, that's right, Asterix. How are you, who are you playing?
Yes, that's a fantastic question. I totally spaced out on the whole like, who are you? What do you do thing.
It's all good. It's the first time, so.
I'm all squeaky clean and new and shiny. I'm Eula Corvus, bastard freeborn mech warrior.
All right. Which clan?
Oh, Snow Raven, of course. The other clans, not even worth mention.
All right. And we are now. Thank you, Ranger Eric. Appreciate that. And then, last but not least, we got player number 3, Katie Travis or Rooster.
How's it going? My name's Travis. I'll be playing Archer. He's an Outworlds Alliance mercenary, and I'm glad to be here. Look forward to play.
All right. Mercenary or Alliance Military Corps veteran? I forget.
Oh yeah, that's right. The core veteran. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Still getting to know the character.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna make a quick tweak to something there. Hold on. Because I am.
You have to find characters' voices soon.
Exactly. So, yes, for those of you who may not have any idea what the heck we are doing or what I'm Frankensteining together here, it is, again, Battletech, but using the Fate tabletop RPG system. So, try to stick as close to the lore as possible. All the mechs were converted over with the intention of being, of capturing the core of what the mech is supposed to feel like in the game. Even though it may not be entirely 100% completely accurate to the original material. So if you are a Battletech, hardcore fan, I apologize. It just doesn't convert directly over. But I think people will be pretty happy with it once they see stuff. So tonight is episode 0. It's a little bit of a playtest, a little bit of kind of familiarization run for the players because it's a homebrew system. Only one of them has played in it before, so we're going to be kind of showing you how it works at the same time we're showing them how it works. So tonight's not going to be like huge narrative thing, but in the timeline of the story, this is a training simulation using a simulation on a jump ship. So it is the first time the players are the characters are kind of meeting up with each other and doing some combat operations. That will explain the tutorial session, just like in a video game. Don't you love it? Yeah. Questions from the players about anything before we kick off? Feel free to say no.
Oh yeah,
As we're all silent all at once.
No questions.
Awesome. Hello.
Point me
Betties.
towards the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. This end towards enemy. All right, so we are going to be hopping into this training simulation. Tovar, do me a favor, check and make sure you have control of that Phoenix Hawk. You should be able to move the token and rotate the facing of the token.
Tovar is king of the simulator.
All right, perfect. That will be important, the facing, because that will determine whether or not you can shoot things, whether or not it's in front of you. Also, whether or not you can shoot somebody from behind. Eula, you should have control of that Griffin 2C. The only good artwork of which I could find, by the way, was a black and white picture. So if anybody has an awesome color image of a Griffin 2C, feel free to hit me up with it. But yeah, Eula, can you check and make sure you can move and rotate that token, please? It is right here. I'll move it off the city map where it basically just blends in completely.
Camouflage.
Yeah, it really is.
Stand by one for me. Give me just
Sure.
1 second. Just lost a bunch of my windows.
Oh, gotcha, no problem. Archer, we've already confirmed that you can move yours, so that's perfect. So, you know what? I don't think that the training officers are going to take it easy on you just because we're down a lance mate. So I'm going to be putting in a full lance for you guys to go up against. Anybody in chat, if you are a Battletech fan and you would like to have a say in what these guys fight, there is a collection of different mechs that can go into this training simulation. We've got a few light mechs. We've got a spider, a commando, a jenner, a panther. Give me 1 sec to edit that. There we go. And we've got a few medium mechs. We've got a blackjack, centurion, a griffin, and a shadowhawk. So if anybody has any preferences, feel free to toss them in the chat now. Otherwise, I think I'm going to do a... I think blackjack for sniping. Which will make them suffer the most. That would be the Atlas, which is an assault mech. I could pull that in if we wanted to, but... actually, I don't have stats converted for assault mechs just yet. I stuck with... I know I want to pick a Panther. Yeah, I know I do. Panthers are good mechs, but I think... So one of the light mechs I'm gonna run with is gonna be a Jenner. It's a good harassing mech. It's fast. It's light. It's got some lasers and stuff. Fire
Nice
starter.
little skirmisher.
Big Dad, I don't have the fire starter out here. I've got four light mechs to choose from: Spider, Commando, Panther, Jenner. I want 2 light mechs, 2 medium mechs. I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna
Got the Commando
go
2C. That's always a good one.
Centurion.
Ooh, close they are.
Full lance, yeah, exactly.
These are close.
If nobody's going to say anything otherwise, there was a call for a Panther, so I guess I'll grab a Panther, even though that technically was Tovar. It was still in the chat, so it still counts. All right, so.
And they all just disappeared on my screen.
Yep, they're moving to the other side of the map. All right, so we are going to change facing. This guy is going to be over here.
Quick question on that. The
Yeah.
little pip, is that... which side is considered our front facing there? The feet or the pip?
It's always the top of the head. So that's going to be essentially the pip. Like
Okay.
that, the little handle up at the top. So if
Copy
the
that.
top of the mech's head is facing that edge, that is the front.
Understood. Thanks.
No problem. All right. So you guys go ahead and place your mechs in the first, first couple rows. It doesn't have to be up in that corner. You can be more towards the middle of the map. If you zoom out a bit, you should be able to see the full map to see where they are. That's a little bit too far forward, Archer. Go ahead and bring
That's
it
a
back.
nice spot with some water right there.
Right? Go ahead and bring it back to about somewhere in this area, like along that kind of vertical line. And of course, you'll want to check your mech's stats and like what their armament is to determine like where is the most advantageous. Feel free to chat about it amongst yourselves. You are a lance; you can strategize a little bit.
Okay, with the Griffin 2C, largely set up for fire support, up to and including indirect fire support. So if we were to do some crazy shenanigans, like get somebody trapped in a canyon and lure them out on one side of a hill while we've got cover on the other, something like that, as long as one of us has, as long as somebody in the unit has line of sight, then we've got 4 LRM-5s that we can lob over a hill. I've also got some extended range large lasers that a little bit of reach out and touch somebody.
Yep.
So that if you're making maneuvers, I can back you up there.
I'm loving the idea of the long range support.
So the mechs we have in question, just so everybody knows, the ones that are in play on the player's side, we've got Tovar in a Phoenix Hawk, lots of lasers. Main weapon is a large laser, so a bit of range. We've got Eula, as you mentioned, in the Griffin 2C, which has some ER large lasers and some long-range missiles. ER large lasers are extended range long lasers, so he's really, really good at long range combat. And then we've got Archer in the Enforcer, and the Enforcer is a pretty good kind of all-rounder mech. It's got a pretty big autocannon, it's got a large laser, it's got a small weapon or two to kind of back him up. So you guys should be pretty much okay at most ranges against the enemies. Something to keep in mind. One thing I do want to do real quick is I just want to take a quick look at the anatomy of a mech, because that's kind of important. So the mechs are going to look like this. I'm going to steal... Actually, because I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to jump down here.
Because, yeah, at the moment, we can only see the bios.
Yep, I was just changing that. So there is Eula's Griffin 2C, and then I need a Enforcer.
Now we're not going to drive them like we stole them, because they're ours.
Exactly. Let's see. This one's going to be for Archer. There you go. And then we need, the last one was a Phoenix Hawk. Actually, I think I might have a Phoenix Hawk. I do.
That's a great picture for the Enforcer, too.
Yeah, a lot of the artwork, by the way, comes from... Oh, no, I can't use that one. It's not working properly. A lot of the artwork comes from Sarna, which is a great wiki for Battletech, by the way. I highly recommend checking it out if you are at all interested in the universe. It is pretty cool. It's got a ton of information. That's one of the great things about Battletech, is that it has been around for a while, so there is a lot of material out there to kind of delve into. And Jim, there we go. So, talking about the anatomy of a mech using the Fate stats real quick. We have a... Can I... You know what, I won't use that one. I'll use one of these. So we'll use the Enforcer, because I've got that one up. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on this. So each battle mech is basically divided up across a few different stats that are unique to a mech. You've got ballistic, which is autocannon weapons, machine guns, Gauss rifles, etc. Energy weapons, any lasers, particle projectile cannons, or PPCs. And then you've got missile, which is short-range missiles, long-range missiles. Not every mech will have every kind of weapon. It kind of depends. And they'll have them at different ratings. They'll also have them at different ranges. So, for example, the Enforcer has an autocannon 10. It's a pretty heavy weapon. It's not as long range as it could be, but it can shoot a pretty good distance. It's also heavy, so it does a lot of damage. So it's a higher rating than its energy weapons. It's only got 2 lasers, one of which is a large laser. You've got Accelerate, which determines how quickly or how far a mech can move on its turn. You're going to have Maneuver, which is going to be good for dodging attacks. If it's got jump jets, It's got a jump rating. All mechs have a heat rating to determine how well they handle the heat buildup of their weapons. Not all mechs have a melee attack. Some of them have like a battle fist that is attached to the mech, and that they can use that to hit other big robots. Some pilots, like clan pilots, will consider that to be particularly dishonorable. So whatever, they may decide to use that or not. And then mechs are going to have different quality of sensors, so they can sensor lock people and things like that. They also have a couple different kinds of stress. You've got armor, which is going to be determined by your armor skill, basically how much armor plating they have. They've got heat, which is going to be determined by their heat skill. That's how well the mech manages heat. And then they've got stability, which is how well you handle getting shot with really big guns or punched with really big robots to determine if you get knocked down or whatever the case may be. So those are the different kinds of stress that are relevant for mechs. That's just a quick kind of flyby, an explanation of kind of some of the stats and what they do in general. So in case anybody's wondering where we're getting our numbers and stuff like that, it's primarily from here. Now, pilot stats are going to matter. So if you take a look at your character, so for example, I'm going to pull up Archer here because he's piloting the Enforcer. So there are a few mech-specific skills that pilots can have. Piloting, gunnery, and operations. Piloting is for moving the mech, so accelerate, maneuver, jump, doesn't matter. All of it's going to be under piloting. Gunnery is for shooting mech weapons. So if you're firing an autocannon or missiles, doesn't matter. It's all going to be based on gunnery. And then operations is operating the sensors, managing heat, things like that. The reason these are important is because if your, let's say, gunnery skill is higher than the weapon rating that you're firing, you get a bonus. Your mech warrior is skilled enough in that thing that they can get a little bit more performance out of the mech than a rookie or novice mech warrior might. So Tovar has a gunnery of good for his mechs, and his Enforcer has a ballistics of good and energy of fair. So if any attack he makes where he's firing his ballistics, he's going to get a +3 flat bonus. Because his gunnery is equal to the ballistics. It's not higher than. If he's going to fire just his energy weapons, then he's going to get an extra bonus to the energy weapon, effectively making it +3 because his gunnery is higher than the fair rating on the mech. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And basically that's true of whatever it is you're looking at. So if you're trying to do a sensors roll for your mech, if your operations is higher than the mech sensors, you get a bonus, another +1 to whatever your normal bonus is. Again, just to reflect getting a little bit more performance out of the machine. If your rating is lower, you get a -1 to that particular thing that you're rolling to reflect that you are a rookie or you're just not very good at that thing, and so you're going to get a negative to that roll. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see. For my players, just so you guys know, there is in the journal for Roll20. Do y'all know how to get to the journal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. In the journal for Roll20, there is a handouts folder, which has a number of little kind of rules things in there, as far as like firing weapons goes, heat, all that stuff. So if you guys need to refer back to any of that, you can of course ask me, or you can just pop in there and take a look. Pretty sure that covers most of the situations that you'll run into, but maybe it won't. Although actually, I don't see the sensors rule thing in here, so I'll have to write that up.
It did.
Anyways, yeah.
Is this gonna be like the other one we did, where you can pick like a specialty? Like my pilot last time had like the heat dissipation specialty, where you got the bonus to dissipating heat.
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see. You guys pretty much stomped over stuff in the playtest, so I want to be careful not to give you guys too much in the way of bonuses. Let's see.
That's fair.
Let's see. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be rolling initiative. So if you want to take a look at the initiative thing, that is where we're going to start. So basically, everybody's going to roll piloting, and then you're going to get a bonus to your roll equal to your sensors rating. Now, you do get the bonus if your piloting is higher than, or no, sorry, never mind. This is a piloting rating, not an accelerator rating roll. So you're going to roll piloting on your character sheet, not the mech, and then whatever your mech sensors rating is, you'll add that number to your roll. So.
One thing I did want to mention is
yeah.
the copy of Phoenix Hawk doesn't have anything listed weapons or rating wise.
It doesn't? Wait a second. Why not? I'm looking at it. It's got the. Are you looking at the stream screen?
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream screen. That's not what I'm seeing on my version of it. It's completely blank for some reason. You need to in Roll20 authorize me to use it. I think I already should have that off.
I already did.
Let me close it and refresh. See if that's
try refreshing real quick.
When in doubt, refresh Roll20.
That's the truth. Try unplugging it and plugging it back in.
That's the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Now it's full.
Excellent. All right. So, like I mentioned, you're gonna roll. Make a piloting roll, which in Roll20 on the fate sheets, pretty sure you just click piloting on your list of skills and it should roll it. Okay.
Gonna give a little test poke here.
All right. And
excellent.
Wow. Archer's rolling really well there. So the next thing that I would like you to do is take a look at your mech sensors rating. Add it to that number that you just rolled, and tell me what that number is, please.
Archer has a 7.
Thank you.
Tovar has a 6.
Okay.
Wait, which one are we adding this to? I'm sorry.
So
sensors plus what you rolled.
Yep. So whatever your mech's sensors are. So if you take a look at your Griffin 2C, it'll have sensors somewhere in there.
That's fair. So that's a +2.
Yep. So that'll put you to 5. Okay. And then I'm gonna have to do the same thing for ye bad guys. So let me actually do something to make my life a little bit easier here.
All about the easy button.
Yep. Centurion, edit, duplicate, save, close. What was the other one that I grabbed? It was the blackjack. Edit, duplicate, save, close. And then I need the Jenner. And the Panther. Okay, I should be able to close that. Just organizing my windows here real quick. Okay, there we go. And these guys are just going to roll sensors, so probably not going to do super well, but who knows. Let's see. Yeah, so a couple of them tied with Eula at 5. So the Centurion is going to be at a 1. Blackjack is going to be at 5. Actually, a number of them tied with Eula. So Panther is at 5 as well. And the Jenner is at 5 as well. Okay. So basically, the initiative order for this round is going to be Archer, Tovar. Then it's going to be 2 of the bad guys. I'm going to have the Panther and then the Jenner. And then Eula will go after that. And then the Blackjack. And then the Centurion will go. So, basically, combat's divided into 2 phases every round. You're going to move, and you're going to attack. Basically, during the movement phase, whoever got the lowest is going to move first. You know, they're a little bit behind, so they're not as able to adapt to the environment and to the combat situation. So, since the Centurion got the lowest, the Centurion's going to go ahead and move. He's got an accelerate of 2. Centurions aren't the fastest mechs in the world. And he has a maneuver of 2 as well. So, accelerate of 2 means he can move 2 hexes. Maneuver of 2 during movement means he can change his facing twice. And that is a single border, basically, that you can change the facing on. So, he's going to go there, and then there, and then there. Now, during the movement phase, you can choose to do a sprint, which is basically going to involve you rolling your accelerate skill on your mech and moving however many additional shifts you generate for that roll. However, it does generate 1 point of stability stress because you're moving faster, so you're easier to knock down. This guy is going to go ahead and do that, so he's going to roll his accelerate. He got a total of 2, so he can move 2 additional spaces. So he's going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to knock off a stability stress. The Jenner is going to go next real quick. Accelerate of 3, so he can move 3 spaces. What's his maneuver? Maneuver of 3 as well. So he's going.
Can I ask a really quick question?
Yeah, of course.
So, how does terrain factor into elevation changes, moving in and out of forests, stuff like that? How is that going to?
As a general rule, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Really steep elevation changes might require you to use jump jets, or might require you to make a piloting check to see if you can run your mech up there. It kind of depends on the exact circumstances, but generally speaking, like bushes and stuff like that, I don't worry too much about that. It's a bit too granular, and so it just, it's something that I'm kind of cutting a little bit, if that makes sense. He's going to roll accelerate, so he can sprint. Ooh, he got 5. Okay, so yeah, the Jenner's really going to move fast. He's going to go.
Somebody's in a hurry.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. He will not change his facing. He will take a stability stress. And let's see, keep the high ground. Don't let him get by. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, advisor. That's good advice. Also, advisor, subscribed. Thank you for the subscription. That's awesome. Appreciate that. When the lasers start pew-pewing, you can tell me which of the players gets shot first. So that was Eula. You get to go next. Just for movement.
And then we're removing the amount of our accelerate, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And then you can choose to sprint afterwards, so you can roll accelerate and see how far extra you move, but you generate a stability stress.
Okay. We're perfectly okay with just taking it at a walk. So we're gonna so you've got an accelerate of 3 and a maneuver of 3.
Correct.
So we're just gonna move up 1 and a 2, and I'm only gonna use one of my maneuver. Kind of get myself a little bit better arc where I think things are headed.
Okay.
And we're gonna park it here in the water and keep it cool.
All right. Now, this is Fate, so there are things called aspects. Most of the time, players or enemies will have an aspect, and you can tag those things using Fate points in order to get a bonus. For the purposes of today's simulation, everybody has 3 Fate points. Nobody has any stunts just yet. We're going to do that a little bit later. But you have 3 Fate points to spend to tag aspects, and we'll talk about that a little bit more here in a minute. The reason that's important is because there are environmental aspects. So they kind of follow like common sense things. So for example, if you are moving into water, if you have to make a roll to manage your heat, you can tag that environmental aspect for free the first time somebody uses that pool of water in order to get a bonus on cooling your mech down. In addition, if you are in a hex of cover, like foliage or whatever the case may be, you can. There is an aspect for that kind of clustering of trees that's basically like tree cover, and you can tag that to give you a bonus on a maneuver roll to avoid getting shot. So the terrain will factor in here. It's just not going to really affect movement. It's going to more be focused on the aspects. But anyways, we'll get more into that as we go. We're layering stuff on top of the basic rules. So Eula has moved, so I think that is the end of your turn, which means that next we're going to get the... looks like the Blackjack and then the Panther. All right, so the Blackjack is going to move, so it's got 2 accelerate, so it's going to go 1, 2. Now, one of the things you have to factor in is your weapon range. So the Blackjack can fire his ballistic weapons at extreme range. I'm just going to take a quick look to refresh myself on the... Nope, that's not it. There we go. Extreme range is 12 to 20 hexes. So, think... Oh, wait, why are we doing that? Not in... Oh, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Well, I guess he will go ahead and he will sprint so that he can get into range of Eula at the very least. That gives him another 2 movement. So he's going to go ahead and take that. He's going to kind of stand out in the open a bit so that he can get... I guess each hex is about 5 feet, so I can just divide by 20 on the range. That makes life easier. So that is exactly 20 hexes, so he can shoot at Eula. The Panther is going to go next. Panther has accelerate 2. 1. He's going to change his facing. 2, and because he probably won't be able to shoot anything, he's going to go ahead and accelerate for another 1, 2, and 1 stability stress. And the Blackjack takes 1 stability stress. All right. Tovar, you get to move next.
Okay, quick question for ranges.
Yeah.
What are the ranges again?
That is in Mech Attacks is the rules handout you want to look at, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see the ranges.
Oh, it's at the bottom. Yep. Perfect. All right.
I should probably make that its own handout just to make life a little bit easier. So, something to...
And the weapon's range is equal to its skill, correct?
So that's the weapon... that's basically going to reflect like the accuracy and damage that the weapon can do. The range is going to be dependent on what type of weapon you're firing. So, for instance, we'll take a quick look at your... let's see, what are you piloting?
Got a The Phoenix
You
Hawk.
got the Phoenix Hawk. Okay. So you have energy at good within small and or short and medium range, because all of your weapons kind of that they match up at those ranges. If you want to fire at long range, you're just firing a large laser, so it drops that down to good. Um, so if you're firing at whatever the long range thing is, then you'd only be rolling the fair, unless of course your gunnery is higher, then you get a bonus. But does that make sense?
Yep, and that's going to be good for long range, so 7 to 12 hexes, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure before I get too close. And of course, for Archer, we just need to be able to see the enemy for him to be able to bring the long range, right?
That's not me. That's
For
the
yeah, for Eula, that's the Griffin 2C. But yes, correct.
Okay.
Right now, everybody's pretty much out in the open. It's a relatively flat field, just some trees and stuff like that. Now, if you want to, so if you are moving across pavement, there is a free terrain aspect on that for basically, you know, it's good terrain. Basically, makes it easier for you to move. So if you want to tag that for free, you would get a +2 on your accelerate roll to move through it.
Okay, cool. I was actually going to go ahead and try out, because this is what the Phoenix Hawk does, and Tovar used to be an aerospace pilot that went Mech Warrior instead. For the jumping, I want to try the jumping mechanic.
Yes, that is a good point. So when you're moving, you can either move normally, or you can jump. Where is movement? So basically, what you're going to do is you can move your accelerate just like normal. So you walk forward, and then you can roll jump instead of accelerate. So instead of sprinting, you're using your jump jets.
Okay, perfect.
So depending on what you roll on that, you can move that many hexes, and you can change your facing at however many times you want. So when you jump, you can spin around to face someone that was behind you, or whatever the case may be.
Yes, I'll go ahead and accelerate is 3, so I'll move forward here. And then roll jump, right?
Sorry, I apologize. The walking comes after the jump roll. If you fail, I apologize. I misspoke earlier.
Okay.
So if you fail to generate shifts with the jump, you can continue moving using your accelerate with the penalty of whatever negative you rolled on the jump roll.
Okay, perfect.
So what is your jump rating?
It is fair.
Okay. So what is your piloting rating on your character sheet?
My piloting is way better. My piloting is great, +4.
Okay, so in that case, you'll get an extra bonus of 1 to that roll. So you can jump three hexes.
Okay. We'll go here, here, and here.
All right, and then
Because I'm brash and a rookie pilot.
excellent.
And change my facing on landing.
All right, and then you can accelerate now, or you can do your standard movement now if you would like to.
Well, I already did. Actually counted it.
That's right. You did it at the beginning. So technically, on a jump, you can do your basic movement. Technically, it would be afterwards, but it's fine. It's effectively the same thing in this case. Okay, so
Totally calling out to my colleagues about what I see ahead of me.
there is stuff for sure. Last but not least, we've got Archer in the Enforcer.
All right. My accelerate rating is 2, so I will move forward 2. Is this concrete? You said I could go ahead and tag the extra 2?
Yep.
All right, so I'll tag the extra 2 for there. And then I am going to shift, and then I'm going to accelerate. So I'll roll my accelerate, right? Because I'm going to sprint.
Yep.
Ooh, -1. So I'll go back one or not move at all. Not really sure what that means.
So, give me 1 second, and I will tell you. Just
Obviously, the pavement was destroyed by previous combat. That's what the Fate Days say.
so had a good terrain,
Well,
but
my piloting is a +4, so technically that'd be a 0.
and you would get +2 from tagging the. Oh wait, no, you use that for the move. So
I already,
yeah,
yeah.
okay, so that's
So
already
technically it would
been-
just be a 0.
That's already been used. So the aspect is still there, but you spend a fate point to tag it from here on out. So then, a 0 means you will not move any additional movement. Technically,
That's
if
fine.
you've taken a negative while sprinting, then you take the negative shifts as stability damage.
Okay,
So-
so right now, since I was at a 0, I just take the 1 stability for the sprint.
Yep, correct.
Got it.
Oh, Tovar, you would also take 1 stability for the jump, just so you know.
Okay, so just check one stability box.
Yep. All right, so that was movement. Everybody's kind of jockeying for position. Now we're going to jump into the attack, or the actions phase, basically, of the round. So we're going to go in reverse order. So Archer, you get to shoot or do a sensor lock on your turn.
Well, this Jenner is within range of my autocannon, so I think I'll shoot at it.
Okay. So you can roll just one weapon type if you're within range, or you can do an alpha strike,
Yeah.
and you
Right.
can basically for every other weapon system you include in your attack, the attack roll gets increased by 1. So for instance,
Yeah, I'll alpha strike. My energy weapons also go short to long, so why not? Let's just go ahead and this is only a drill, right? So let's go
Yeah,
ahead and let's go ahead and just go all out. So
okay,
I'll roll alpha strike and then I'll roll ballistics. My gunnery is the same, so I get no bonus from that. So then I just add a +1 just since I'm alpha striking, right?
correct.
So 5.
Nice.
5. Excellent roll. Okay, so before we get into what's going to happen with that, I do need you to please mark off heat. So
Take 2 heat, right? Because it was an alpha strike.
it's going to be more than that. Give me 1 sec. So ballistics are always going to generate 1 heat, and then because you did an alpha strike, it's going to add 1 to that. So yes, in your case, it would be 2.
And then I would take a stability point for the ballistic weapon, right?
You got it.
Alrighty.
So yeah, because he is firing a big autocannon, you know, the recoil on that destabilizes him a little bit, but he can recover from that at the end of the round. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Tovar, you're going to get to shoot next.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my long-range laser on that Jenner, because
Okay. Oh, you know what? Actually, what am I doing? He's got to dodge first, or try to at least. Okay, so let's see here. So he's going to roll maneuver.
Mm.
And, oh,
It's a shame.
that is not great for him. So that is, you know what?
just put his chin right into it.
He is going to tag the. He's going to tag the aspect tree cover, which is now. The free tag has been used. So that'll reduce that to. That'll bump that up to basically at least a +1. So instead of taking a boatload of damage, he's only going to take a small dinghy load of damage. So that's going to be 4. He does not have that kind of armor. Whoops.
Yeah, it was a 5. It was a 5. So yeah, 4, right? Since he
Yeah.
took a +1.
Yep.
It's all coming back.
So, that's going to go over the armor rating that he has. He is going to use a moderate consequence to
Aspect.
soak that up. And no, not the enemies aren't going to necessarily use aspects. Like they don't have personal aspects at the moment. These are just simulation AI thing, enemies. So, we're gonna go with. Let's go with structure exposed. All right. So the weapons, the combined weapons fire, the large laser, and the autocannon tear a bunch of the Jenner's armor away. So his structure is exposed in one of his components. We don't have to get specific with it. We'll kind of leave it up to the narrative as it unfolds.
Finish him off.
But that's not great for him. All right, so next we're going to have Tovar is going to go ahead and shoot, and you're going to do basically the same thing that Archer just did. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can see better what's going on.
Okay, so I'm going to be rolling my fair long-range energy, but I do have gunnery of good, by the way.
So that will bump up the... So you'll still roll it at fair, you're just going to add 1 to it after the roll. Now, you can take a free tag on his structure exposed consequence if you want.
I'll pass at the moment because I just rolled a great +1.
Okay, so that's going to be 5 again. This poor Jenner is in trouble. So he is going to roll maneuver again. He's going to take a -1 because he's already been shot at. So that's going to be 2. So let's see. 5 and 2 is 3. Oh, God. All right, so he's going to have to mark off a level of armor, and he's going to have to use his mild consequence. Let's call it rattled. Oh, you know what? Because he got hit with the autocannon, he also takes a stability damage. So, all right. So that is. You fired your energy weapons at what rating?
Long range.
Okay. Sorry, but what was the rating on it? Like it was fair, right?
It's a fair, yeah.
Okay. So that is going to be 2 heat,
right?
It's so
2 heat.
Yeah, I'm adjusting the heat for energy weapons. It's always 1 plus half the rating. Because in the playtests, energy weapons were too cold.
And that could be a problem because that breaks the whole mechanic.
Exactly, yeah. Probably have to tweak some of the Alpha Strike rules too, because otherwise there's no danger for the Enforcer to Alpha Strike all the time. So we don't want that.
That would be ridiculous.
I mean,
Exactly.
I don't mind that.
I'm sure.
Well, it's on our side. It's great.
Exactly. What you don't want is that Atlas Alpha striking all the time.
That's fair.
Okay, so that was that. Now it's going to be the Panther. Can the Panther even shoot anything? Oh, actually, yeah. Our friendly Phoenix Hawk was kind enough to move within range of the Panther's PPC.
Just within range.
Tovar, I'm going to need you to... Actually, is that within range? Now that I think about it. What was that? So, divide by 5. What's 70 divided by 5? That's 10, and 4 is 14. And long range is... Actually, no.
7 to 12.
No, he's not within range. Pretty sure the PPC only has long range. It's not an ER PPC. Oh, no, I did give it extreme. Okay, cool. In that case, yes, he can shoot you. Go ahead and give me a maneuver roll, if you don't mind, Tovar. Whoa, that is a nice roll on his PPC shot. All right. Now, is your piloting better than your maneuver?
Yes, my piloting is 1 better than my maneuver.
All right. So then you do get a bonus on that roll. So you're only going to take 1 level of armor stress.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
He have any bonus to his defense because he jumped instead of just running?
Nope.
Okay. Had to try.
Thanks for trying, though. So does that go off the armor first?
Yes, unless it deals so much damage in one shot that you don't have enough armor, you don't have an armor level to take it, in which case it rolls over into a consequence.
Gotcha.
So, all right. So that was the Panther. Next is going to be the Jenner. It looks like. Yeah. The Jenner almost assuredly is not close enough to shoot anything. 45. That's 9 hexes. So his maximum is medium range, which is I think up to 7. Nope, that's the wrong one. Mech attacks. It's actually 6. So yeah, he's out of range. The Jenner won't be able to shoot anybody just yet. So he'll just hang out, which means that it is now Eula's turn.
Poor guy's like, why is everybody picking on me? I haven't done nothing to nobody.
Right?
Well, because we're not going to give him a chance to.
That's the best. The best defense is a really, really, really good and early offense.
Mow them down before they can mow you.
You know, that those exposed internals, it would be truly a shame if somebody were to lob a swarm of small angry missiles into them.
Yeah, it would. So
that free tag is right there.
Yeah, we're gonna tag it. We're gonna poke it. We're gonna fill it full of explosives.
All right. Are you just using your missiles?
Yeah, they're the only thing that I've got in range right now.
Okay. So in that case, you are doing. So, what are the missiles rating? It's fair. Okay, so that's going to generate 1 heat.
Okay. Look, one of those.
And then you're going to roll your missiles. Is your gunnery higher than your missiles rating?
Same.
Okay, so in that case, you won't get a bonus for that, but you are tagging one of the aspects, so that's going to give you a +2 bonus. I'm going to go in and indicate that one is used.
And then, is there anything I need to click for the bonus, or is that just
we'll just add
2 to the result?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no!
Good thing for
Why
bonus.
did they come out as mediocre? Is that just because of the?
So, if you're not familiar with the fate system, it's rolling 4 dice, and they all have a two neutrals, 2 negatives, and 2 pluses. A plus means you add 1, a negative means you take 1 away. So you roll those dice, and then whatever your skill is, you add the bonus to that result. So in your case, if you hover over the 0 in your results, you can see that there's a negative, a neutral, a negative, and a neutral. So you rolled a -2 on the dice, and then your skill of +2 puts it at mediocre or 0. Now,
Gotcha.
You have fate points.
you did tag an aspect on the bad guy, so that gives you an extra 2. But as Tovar just asked, because you have fate points, you can tag one of your aspects. So if we take a quick look at your character sheet, let me pull that up real quick. Where is Eula? There we go.
That's one of the beautiful genius things at fate.
Exactly. So you have basically any of your aspects that you have, if you can justify how it helps you in this situation, then you can spend a fate point and you can tag the aspect. You can either get a +2 bonus to the roll, or you can re-roll the dice if you decide you don't like the dice. So you should have 3 fate points to start with. I just updated that field. If you want to spend one of those, you can re-roll and hopefully get a better result. Assuming you use like your Snow Raven Light Scout. I mean, you're a clanner, you're a mech warrior, you're good at this. You know, he's an easy target.
Absolutely. I mean, being a light scout, he's usually the one that's actually calling in the targets for the missile fire, so he knows a little bit better about how to time that. So that would definitely be the way to go there.
Okay.
We're gonna spend that fate point. So I just kick that down to a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I will use that for a whole reroll.
All right. Oh no! All right, the dice.
And you know, sometimes they accounted for that whole he knows what he's doing thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fantastically mediocre this morning. Hooray!
You still get a +2 because of
Simulation.
the
They're
aspect.
ready for you.
Yeah. Now, technically, he does have two consequences, and you can tag both of them for free the first time you want to tag them. So if
Well,
you
Do it.
want to,
you know, as with him being so rattled, he's just gonna walk right into the line of fire in that cloud of angry exploding missiles.
all right. So that's a 4. So he needs to beat a 4 with his maneuver. But he gets a -2 because he's been attacked twice so far. Oh, that is not going to do it because that's going to be mediocre. So that's 4. Ooh, that's not good. He doesn't have enough armor to cover it. He is lower aspect. Oh, so I'm going to go with left torso destroyed as his severe aspect. So he's still up, and he's going to have basically, if he shoots at anybody, he's going to have you can tag that automatically for a bonus on your defense roll because he's got fewer weapons now. But that is how we're going to run that. That Jenner is Swiss cheese. He is not doing well. His left torso and thus his arm is gone. He's got exposed structure. He's kind of freaking out a little bit. It was quite an effective barrage against him. That's what he gets for leading the charge. So next is going to be the Blackjack. The Blackjack has extreme range on his AC2s. So he's going to fire at Tovar. Tovar, I need you to give me a a maneuver check. It's going to be at whatever you roll is going to be -1 because you've already dodged an attack this turn.
Do you have piloting mech of great, which is 1 higher.
So whatever you roll on the maneuver, you're going to basically add 1 and then subtract 1. So
straight 5. Look at him. He's dancing.
all right. Yeah, so that is a good roll. That his AC2s, fire off a couple of rounds from the cannons in both arms. Pardon me 1 second.
Make sure you drink something. All that ballistic gunpowder hits you and gets you all
Yeah,
coughed
right?
up.
Gets into the cockpit and, it makes it hard to breathe. All right, so, he's going to generate a bit of heat. So that's just 1. Oh, and you know what? The Panther also would have generated heat as well. So that's going to be 2. Okay. Oh, wait, sorry. The Jenner did not generate any heat because he didn't shoot. So now it is the Centurion. The Centurion is going to have ballistic at long, and then missiles, and then energy at medium. How far away is he? 9. Okay, so he can't fire his lasers, but he can fire his missiles and his autocannon. So he's going to do that. He's going to fire at Tovar. So Tovar
And
needs
to
to
be the Centurion, not the Jenner, right?
yes, this is the Centurion making the shot, correct. So I need you to make me a maneuver roll. This is going to be -2, so with your +1 from your piloting, it's going to be a total of a -1. He's going to get a +1 to this because he is...
Oof.
So that puts you at a 3. That puts him at a 6 because he did fire his missiles as well, so that gives him a bonus of 1. So that is going to be a difference of 3.
And a +2 will not assist at that.
So, I mean, it would reduce it, but yeah. Basically, you'll have to mark off your 3rd armor box.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tag. I am a well-skilled Raven's Head VR jock.
Okay. So basically, you're tagging an aspect to get the +2 bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means you'll only take one level of armor stress, which you already have your first box ticked, so it'll upgrade
Yep.
to 2. All right, cool.
Far better than having that armor lased right off in one shot.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Now the Centurion is going to generate a stability because he fired his autocannon, and he's going to generate 2 heat for the ballistic and the missiles. So, all right. That is the end of that round, and we are going to go into the next round. Any questions after having done a full round of the combat?
Not
No,
at the
that went
moment, but I'm sure they'll come up with
smoother
some.
than I thought it would have.
Okay, awesome. Now, something to note is that your mechs are going to have some quirks that I'm adding in between now and the next session. So you'll want to keep an eye on that, just as an extra little, I don't want to say wrinkle, as an extra little treat. They'll give you some different things to do, and your characters will have stunts as well that you'll be able to make use of, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But that's the basics. And no, it seems like a whole lot, but really once you get right down to it and you know your mech and you know what you're doing on your turn, it'll go super quick. So yeah, hopefully that was a good tutorial round. This next one, I was going to say I'm not going to help you guys, but I think that would be mean. I'll continue helping if you guys need it. So let's jump into it. The Centurion lost initiative. I'm not going to make us roll initiative every round. Again, just a simulation. We'll just stick with what we had. So the Centurion's going to go... actually, before we do that, at the end of the round, we need to... so at the end of the round, if you didn't sprint, if you didn't fire a ballistic weapon, and if you didn't take damage from a ballistic or missile weapon... sprint or jump. And if you didn't take any damage from a ballistic or missile weapon, you can clear off your highest box of stability damage. You can also walk on your next turn and make sure you don't sprint, don't jump. And then you can make a stability roll, which is modified by your piloting. And then for each shift you generate, you get rid of 1 box of stability damage. So there's a couple ways you can minimize building up your stability stress. Let's see here.
Do we dissipate 1 heat?
That is going to be at the beginning of the round. So yes, basically at the start of the round after you generated heat, you're going to automatically clear off a number of boxes of stress from your heat track equal to your mech's heat rating. It's to a minimum of 1. If after clearing off the requisite number of boxes, your heat track is still full, you suffer from overheating, which is bad. That's why there's an excess heat track underneath your heat. You can push your mech into that, but there is the potential for catastrophic results.
Sure,
Now,
just push yourself
That
right
sounds
into it.
so fun.
yeah, right. So one thing I will say is that going forward, I'm not going to go back and be mean about it. I think Alpha Striking is going to have to generate a little bit more heat than that. So I think it's going to be 1 plus the number of additional weapons you're firing. So just something to keep in mind. I'm going to put that in the mech attacks. Nope. I'm going to put that in so firing mech weapons. Yeah. As I mentioned, viewers, this is a homebrew conversion of Battletech into Fate, so some things are going to get tweaked as we go. You have to bear with me. Alpha Strike.
This is all just the prototype, and it's all just an exercise.
Exactly. It's all a simulation. None of it is real. There's 1 heat plus 1 per... that. Energy is always going to generate heat equal to 1 plus 1/2 the energy rating. Okay. All right, so made those changes, so we should be okay. And then okay. So the Centurion's going to move at this point. He is going to walk, I think. Because he has a couple of stability damage, and he doesn't want to hang on to that. So he is going to... Oh, that's the Jenner. That's not who I'm trying to grab.
The Jenner's having bad day all of his own.
1, 2. He's going to kind of duck behind this bit of tree cover. And then he is going to roll stability. And he got 2, so he's going to clear off 2 stability stress. And he is okay. So now he can continue firing on his next turn. That was him. Next is going to be the Blackjack. Blackjack Shellac. Blackjack has... You know what? He's going to... 1, 2. He's going to turn that way. And then he is also going to roll stability to see if he can knock out some of that stability. Yep, so he gets rid of 1 at least. All right, cool. Eula, it is your turn to move.
Dun,
Dun dun dun.
let's see.
We got Eula in the Griffin 2C here.
Mhm.
Looks like he's going to be moving into position. Let's see what he does.
I've been pondering this since the end of last turn, and I think holding position is probably the best way to go.
Okay.
With the
Yeah, that's
gutsy
fine.
move, let's see if it pays off.
Exactly. All right, so yeah, you are going to hang out there. That makes that nice and easy. Now, because you're not moving, that will make you a little bit easier to hit. So it is a temporary aspect called stationary target that the enemy can tag against you for free, just so you know.
You would be kind of cheaty to walk back what I said. So
No,
we'll
that's
keep him
fine
there for
because
now.
you didn't know that, so that's why I was telling you. You can change your decision if you want.
Yeah. Let's doing the whole like.
Totally
FPS
take that
level.
5-foot step.
Yeah, we're gonna rotate. We're gonna move 1. Then we're gonna rotate. Come on, man. Click the thingy. There we go. And we will
On the battlefield, it's slowly rotating.
rotate 2 more.
All right, so that's good. That's you. So now it's going to be the Panther. The Panther is going to 2 and you know what? I don't think the Panther wants to try sprinting. Panther is just going to clear another stability. And he's going to take cover in the trees. So that's that. The Jenner is going to... Oh, does the Jenner want a kamikaze?
Doesn't have many options left.
He really doesn't.
I mean, it's a simulation. There's always a 10% chance somebody would do a stupid move.
Yeah, right? Okay, so he is going to... hold on. What does the Jenner have? It has accelerator 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what? He is going to... He's going to try it. He's going to go for a maneuver roll. Maneuver. Come on. Where are you? Oh, there it is. 3. Okay, so he gets another 3. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to turn. And then he is going to take another stability stress, which is not great for him, but I'm sure it'll pan out just fine. That'll be his turn, and now it's going to be Tovar's turn to move.
Okay, I am gonna go ahead and where's my face? If I'm on the right tool.
You are on the measuring tool, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna cool off, and you bleed off 1 heat at the beginning, right?
Yes, correct.
So does going in the water give me anything?
It does. So it gives you.
Yes, I'm totally going out of my way to play all the rules. Tovar plays VR combat, and
It's going to be a aspect called.
and I totally come over to you guys that I've got this guy.
We're going to call it Cool Water. You know what? I'll make it green to reflect the fact that it has not been. Ooh, that is a bright green. Well, we'll work
That
with
is
it.
super green.
So yeah, basically the green aspect indicates that it has not been tagged yet. So that'll factor in later. Now let's see. Is that all you're going to do for movement?
Yep, that's all I was gonna do for movement.
Okay. So in that case,
Figure I'll pick up the spare on the Jenner and cool off.
alrighty. So let's see. Your stability. Oh wait, you know what? I apologize.
Currently, I'm checked with 1 box of stability.
You should have had another one because you were hit by. Actually, you should have 2 more because you were hit by missiles and a ballistic weapon on the last.
Okay.
So
a total of 3.
Yeah. So because you walked, you probably are going to want to roll your stability skill modified by your piloting to clear some of that out.
Okay, so my piloting is definitely better than stability. So that's +1, right?
Yep. So then.
So I remove 2 stability?
Yep, that is correct.
Perfect.
All right. So that was your movement. Archer, you get to move your Enforcer.
You said I could burn a fate point to utilize the good terrain again of this pavement, right?
Yes, correct.
All right, so I'll burn one of my fate points to use it, and I'll just walk. So that will put me right here. I'll roll my stability. So that's 1, so I get to remove 1 box.
Yep.
Of stability. And yeah, that's my movement.
Okay. Well, in that case, that was the end of the movement round. So now we're going to go into shooting things. And Archer, you get to choose first. You get to.
I'm gonna just shoot my autocannon at the Centurion.
Okay.
Yeah, just my autocannon at the Centurion.
All right. So you're going to roll that. He's going to roll maneuver. Oh no, that is not good.
Good rolls.
Ooh.
That is not great. All right, so that is going to be. Is your gunnery better than your ballistic?
They're equal.
No,
They're equal. So
okay.
it doesn't add anything to it.
All right,
and
so
then I
that's
take a
5.
box of stability for firing a ballistic weapon.
Yep, he's going to take a box of stability for getting hit with the ballistic weapon. Don't forget to add heat as well for firing your weapon.
Yep.
And oh, that's not good. Okay, you know what? He is going to go ahead and.
Yeah, that's what is that, 6 difference? Yeah, that's not good.
It's a 6. That's rough. Okay, you know what? The Centurion is one of the mechs that I got the quirk or the extra for. I'm going to use his ability called Shield Arm. So that is going to give you a fate point, Travis, or Archer.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm back up to 3 now.
Yep, and basically I am going to write that in as a fleeting left arm lost, left arm destroyed. So he can basically.
And we track.
Go ahead.
So we track fate points on the pilot sheet, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, just making sure. I'm sorry, Ben. You were saying so he loses his left arm.
Yep, he uses his left arm, which is his shield arm, so he doesn't really suffer much in the way of detrimental effects. Um, you know, it's inconvenient, but not the end of the world for a Centurion. That's kind of the purpose of its left arm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But I got that fate point back, so I guess that's kind of worth it.
yeah, true. All right, so that was that. Tovar, it's your turn to attack.
I'm totally gonna hit that Jenner with my energy weapons.
Okay. And you are firing. You're firing it good because you're within short or medium range.
Yep, exactly.
Now, are you going to include your machine guns, your ballistic, in that?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just do I have to roll both attacks or
Nope. You're just going to roll the energy at good because that's the range bracket you're in, and then you're going to add one for your ballistic rating, or for your ballistics. It's just additional weapon systems. You just add one to the.
Perfect. Ooh, only a fair.
So 3. Now, do you have? Is your gunnery higher than good?
They're equal. They're
Okay.
both good.
So no extra bonuses. It's just a straight 3. And okay, so that wasn't supposed to be there. He is going to go ahead and roll. Ooh, that's a great. So he actually does manage to dodge around that.
Ooh. So can I burn another fate point? Check to see what I rolled real quick. Negative, a negative, and a 0. I think I can re-roll for better.
You can.
And I will tag my high concept of Snow Raven rookie looking for his blood name.
Okay.
I am the rookie. I don't want to look stupid in front of the rest of the guys. Which should have been an easy shot.
Yeah, you can't let this little Jenner get away from you.
Ooh, and I roll actually worse.
Oh no. All right. So, yeah, unless you want to spend another fate point in order to get a +2, but I don't think even that would do the trick.
I think that'll end up
Be your original roll.
Then it puts you at 4, which is.
We'll go for that and be a tie. We see how a tie.
A tie will go to the defender.
Okay.
So.
I'm totally giving you the option to use the game mechanics.
So yeah, the Jenner manages to, like, a couple of machine gun rounds ping off of his armor, like your small laser kind of like, scores a line through the armor on one of his legs, but it's minimal damage as he kind of darts around you.
All those missing chunks, the good shots were where the torso's missing.
Yeah, exactly.
And how much heat will I generate since I am in the water?
So you're still going to generate the heat, but you'll bleed the heat off more easily at the beginning of the next round. So that is going to be. It's 1 plus half your energy rating round up, and then because you did an alpha strike, that would be. Is that 4 heat?
Oof.
Yeah, Phoenix Hawks run hot, especially if you're firing all their weapons. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. I found that out.
Okay, so 5 total?
So it's 1 and then 2, 3. Yep.
Okay, so I am up to excessive heat 3.
Yep.
So when does the water effect kick in?
When we dissipate heat, which is at the beginning of the round. So.
Okay.
So right now you are hot, which means if an enemy with flamethrowers happens to run in and hit you with it,
that
could be a really bad thing.
That's a bad day.
Yeah, it is a bad day. Luckily, none of these guys have flamethrowers. Okay, so these guys are going to go. The Centurion's going to attack last. So they can kind of decide who's going to go. So we're going to have the Blackjack go, I think. Because you are now... So 10. So
In range.
yeah, so he's still can only fire his autocannons. But, you know, he's going to do it anyways. I need a maneuver roll from you, please.
All right. And I am +1.
Okay.
Ooh, and I rolled very poorly. The dice have turned.
Well, he only got a 1 as well, so you are in luck. You know, those autocannon rounds whiz by, like you can hear them even in your cockpit, but they, you know, they're flying over your shoulder, and you are good to go.
Autocannon rounds into the water, because that just looks cool.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Did you get that machine gun? Vip, 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 vip.
Yep. All right, so that is the Blackjack's attack, and then. You know what? We're going to go Jenner. Jenner needs a chance to shoot before he gets shot. The Jenner is going to Alpha Strike on Tovar. Just going for that.
He's right there.
Mm-hmm. Now, you can tag his left torso destroyed consequence for free to give you a +2 to your maneuver roll. You're taking a -1 because you've already been attacked this round. But he's rolling this at +1. So... Ugh, that's a terrible roll.
I'm thinking I feel safe in just maneuvering with a few +1.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to kind of continue dancing out of the way. You know, the couple lasers he's got left, and his
Like a little kid playing in the pool.
and his SRMs, his short range missiles. They kind of lance out. One of them kind of like hits you, but it's kind of like it's not really a direct hit. So there's a little explosion off your mech's left shoulder, but. You know, you're fine. And, the Jenner is going to take some heat. Let's see, that's going to be 1, 2, and then dupe. And it's not going to matter, but Jenner's also run hot, so he is in excess heat now. Which is probably not great for him, but he'll be fine, I'm sure. He's right next to some water. He'll just step into that nice, cool pool of water on his next turn. It's not like, oh, Eula, you get to go.
So, with that in mind, we've got the water. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the alphas. Wow, no! I've got the short laser, or the small laser, so not close enough for the alpha strike. So we'll do the 4 LRM5s. Not for the small laser, unless it's just because it's well.
So, generally speaking, it will. Small lasers don't account for much when they are kind of wrapped into the overall energy signature.
Okay.
So you would just do an alpha strike, and you would just do that normally.
Well, in that case, we'll just do that alpha strike. So we're gonna give him the all 4 of the LRM5s and the ER large.
Okay.
So, and you said you roll your primary weapon system and then add a bonus for the others?
Yep. So it's your primary weapon system, and then you roll you get an extra +1 for however many weapon systems you're adding in.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll throw some missiles at our boy. That's looking.
Oh
pretty
yeah.
good. And yeah. Yeah, am I able to tag his heat to like diminish his maneuverability, or is that?
Well, he has that left torso destroyed aspect that has not yet been tagged. So, I mean, you can tag that one to basically reflect that he's got a whole part of his mech blown off, so you can get to those internals.
Yeah. You know, the myomers and everything. If the legs are not doing so great due to that missing torso, he's definitely going to be able to take a little bit of extra pain here. So we're going to give it to him with
7 total.
Yeah.
Ouch. He's already been fired at once, so he's going to get a -1 to his maneuver. And yeah, that was nowhere near enough.
Oof.
He had 1 box of armor stress left, and that is not enough to stand up to that barrage. Like it, maybe his center torso armor absorbs the first laser. But the second one just shears away whatever armor he had left, and then it's 20 LRMs just like impacting the center torso and detonating. And there is a
Robotech style explosion.
yeah, exactly. There is a brief moment where the mech is kind of still in motion for a second, and then all of a sudden there's a faint blue light that kind of shows from like the real interior, like the center of the mech, and it flares and then goes dead, and the mech just plummets forward because Jenners are front heavy, so. Yeah, it laughs aggressively in anime. Exactly. I need to get an animation of some. I would use Robotech, but Harmony Gold would probably sue us.
They're a little trigger happy.
They are a little bit litigious, so I'll have to find something else. But some good anime explosion animations. All right, so let's see here. That was Eula. So the Panther next, and then the Centurion. Can the Panther shoot at? Yes. Okay. So yeah, the Panther is going to shoot at Tovar. You know, they can focus fire too. So, so he should have reduced heat by 1. Nothing. I keep saying this, but Panthers are known to run hot as well. Kind of notorious for it. So he's going to go ahead and do that. So that's going to be take him into the excess heat, but that's okay. And I need.
He hit me with his current facing.
He can, yeah. That torso rotation is just enough that he's able to get you in his firing arc. Give me another maneuver roll, please, Tovar, with a -2.
Hey, dice, don't betray me now.
All right, so that is a 4 minus 2 is 2.
And I'm +1
Okay, so that is going to be
due
0.
to piloting.
You know what? I'm going to give you a... Yeah, I'm going to give you a fate point back. You are going to suffer from a temporary aspect that is PPC scramble. Because, you know, PPCs, they can scramble your sensors and everything like that, throw you off a little bit.
Get that lens flare going.
Yeah, exactly. There's a little, like, static in your view screen and everything like that. The view screen on your neuro helmet kind of flickers, and some of the readouts, like, throw out gibberish for a second. So that is then... Oh, wait, hold on. So I generated the heat, so we're good there. All right. So then the Centurion is going to go ahead, and he's going to do his thing. So he's going to Alpha Strike. He should have bled off 1 heat. Modify. Done. Okay. So he's going to get 1 for the ballistic, 1 for alpha striking, and then 1, 2. So he's going to get a total of 4 heat.
Oof.
So he is also rolling into the excess heat gauge, but it's worth it.
Smoking.
Yeah, he really wants to kill that Phoenix Hawk. So he's going to roll this at +2. Ugh. So that's a 4. Tovar, I need another maneuver roll from. Oh, actually, he's going to tag that aspect so it goes away, but that's going to give him another 2, so that's a 6 actually.
All right. And I'm already -2 because of the 2 attacks and
You
+1
were
for my
attacked by the
skill.
Jenner, the Blackjack, and the Panther, so that should be a -3 actually.
So it's a 3.
Yeah.
So a 6 -3.
Yep. So that's going to be 3 against his 6. So that's going to be 3 points of armor stress that you have to take, which ticks off your 3rd armor box. So.
Yep. So what happens after that 3rd one is ticked, or can I take a consequence?
So you will be able to take a consequence. I'm going to clear up your consequence list here real quick. There you go. And we're going to do, and do, and do. Okay. So after this, you can take a consequence. For a mild consequence will clear off 2 points of stress. Moderate will clear off 4. Severe clears off 6. However, taking a consequence means that the enemies have a free tag against that consequence on their next action, and they can spend fate points, or in my case, give fate points back to the players if they want to capitalize on those consequences. So it's your choice whether you think taking the armor here would be good. If you are going to take a consequence, it would be a moderate consequence.
I will totally take the moderate consequence.
Okay. So let's call it a let's call it a critical weapon damage. Phoenix Hawks are notorious. Their weapons are all mounted in their arms, so if their arms get blown off or get hurt, then they lose their weapons fairly quickly. So we'll call it critical weapon damage, and basically that will be tagged when you go to shoot at someone. They'll be able to tag it to get a bonus on their defense.
Gotcha.
Okay. So the Phoenix Hawk is getting beaten up a little bit. The Centurion is overheating. Actually, quite a few people are overheating this round. So we are going to go into clearing stability. Oh, wait, you know what? The Centurion fired ballistic and missile, so he's going to generate some stability. You got hit by a ballistic and a missile weapon, so you would get 2 more points of stability stress.
Alrighty.
Which... Oh, are you already out of...
That fills me up to 3.
Oh, that puts you at 3. Okay. All right. So you're kind of wobbling on your feet and everything as well. You're in rough shape, but luckily you've got friends behind you. You should be fine.
Now is the time for the jump jets to retreat. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. We finished that round. He fired ballistic. He fired ballistic. He did not. So actually, the Panther is going to... He didn't have any stability damage. The Eula and the Griffin... oh, you know what? You should have taken... No, actually, Eula, you're fine. Never mind.
Yeah, it's I added the +1 heat for energy, the +1 for alpha striking.
Yep.
Okay.
And Enforcer, we tracked your stuff, but you fired a ballistic this turn. And Tovar, you fire, or we've already calculated your stability. So okay. Nobody clears any stability at the end of the round, so you'll have to worry about that next round if you decide to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a little bit of a break. We've been going for a little while. Let's take a 13-minute break. So we'll come back at half past the hour, and we will get into this and hopefully finish up your little training simulation.
Right.
So far, it's going pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
All
Nobody's
right.
blown up yet.
Until that Atlas walks out, and then
Exactly. ...
A
drop ship just does a flyby and just like drops an Atlas in the middle of the battlefield.
Kobayashi who?
All right. Enjoy the break, everybody. We'll be back in here in a little bit, and more mech action. And I am going to use that. For anybody just tuning in, we are on break until the half-hour mark. So just FYI, we will be back. We just stepped away for a couple of minutes. That poor, poor, poor Jenner. It got what was coming to it, though. It deserved to get blown up like that. Let's be honest. The audacity of that Jenner. Honestly, in retrospect, I might need to might need to bump up the Jenner's maneuver, maybe accelerate too, if I'm honest. 35 tons. Yeah, I think that's probably the way we'll go with it because they do need to be faster. Because they're kind of, they're harasser units, so they should be able to move in, dodge attacks, get out, drop a boatload of damage with a bunch of missiles and lasers, that kind of thing. Just gonna make myself a little note. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. That guy's dead. I can get rid of that mark. Light. Inner sphere. Jenner. Note to go back in and do a quirk based on that. Hello, everybody. We're back, at least on audio. It is 11:30 Eastern Time, so half past the hour, which means we are back from our break technically, but we are still missing one of our pilots, so we're just going to chat in the meantime until they get back. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... Yeah, I will leave that up. So, one of the things I need to do. Hello, Stolen Fires. How are you? Show us the people. I will as soon as everybody's back and ready to go. I have one player that's eating a snack. Another player wasn't back yet, and I didn't want to like turn off the thing. And you're back. All right. So I think we can come back.
Behold this empty chair and watch this person chew.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have definitely. I appreciate you not showing everybody
Yeah, no
me
problem.
snarfing down my dinner.
This is not a mukbang video. Thank you very much. All right, so we left off at the end of the round, or having just finished a round. The Jenner was destroyed, verily, and we're going into the next round having to take care of heat. So let's do it in basically initiative order. So Archer in the Enforcer, you've got 2 heat on you. You should be able to.
Should just be able to dissipate 1, right?
Actually, your heat in the Enforcer is a 2, so you can dissipate 2.
Yep, it sure enough is. Sorry, I'm used to that Phoenix Hawk.
Yeah, right.
That was the one I piloted one in the playtest. So
Yeah, to excellent effect, I might add. All right, so let's talk about our Phoenix Hawk friend. Our Phoenix Hawk is currently on the
in a
toasty
bad way.
side. Yeah, on the toasty
Excess
side.
heat number 3.
So, dissipating heat. So you can clear off heat equal to your heat rating, which is only a 1 because it's a Phoenix Hawk. But because you are in the water, you can get another 2.
And I choose to do a emergency vent.
I was just going to bring that up. You can also do an emergency vent. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll your heat modified by your operations skill. So if your operations is higher than your heat rating, you get a +1 to it.
It definitely is.
All right. And then roll against difficulty equal to your heat rating. So right now your heat rating is... Well, so knock off the 1 that you get automatically.
Okay. And do I knock off the 2 for the water?
If you're going to tag that, then yes.
Yes, I will definitely make the lake churn and boil.
All right, so there's that. And then now you're going to be rolling against a difficulty of 3. So you need to roll at least 3 shifts. Oh no.
It's +1.
So that's 2, which is not greater than your heat, which means you're not able to vent any additional heat this round. You can, of course, spend a fate point if you'd like to either re-roll that or just get a bonus.
I will totally spend the fate point, and with the way the dice have been rolling, I will just go for the +2.
Okay. Well, so +2. Yeah, that means you can bleed off 1 extra heat, because that'll give you a total of 4 above the difficulty of 3.
Perfect. So I'm just up to 2 heat. That's a safer place to be.
Oh yeah. You don't have to worry about that machine gun ammo cooking off in the magazine.
Oh no.
All those machine guns.
Uh-huh. All right, so you are good there, which means... Pardon me, 1 second.
There was a reason I was aiming for that water.
Yes, a smart mech warrior is one that knows they should go swimming occasionally. So that was Tovar, which means we're looking at the Panther. Panther is going to mitigate 1 heat. And he's still at 2 heat.
This is that point in Mech Warrior when the combat slows down for a hiccup
Yep.
and then goes back to insane.
Exactly. There's an initial volley of fire, just everybody shooting everything, and then everybody goes, okay, now I gotta cool down, and so things go quiet for a second, and they maneuver, and then they start shooting each other. The Panther is going to... That's it. That's all the Panther can dissipate, but that's fine, because I know what he's going to do on this turn. The Blackjack is going to also dissipate a heat. He's just firing his autocannon, so he's not getting very hot. That's fine. Eula, I think it's your turn to dissipate a little bit of heat. So
Oh,
that goes
right.
to 2C.
So we automatically do 1.
Yep.
I'm standing in this water over here to the west.
Mm-hmm.
So I can then tag that, and then that lets
2
me
more.
take 2 more off.
Yep, but you'd have to spend a fate point because... Oh, wait, no, you haven't tagged this water yet.
It should still have a free tag on it, yeah.
Yep, it does. So now it is...
Now you and I are surrounded by dead fish floating up in the lake.
Good old-fashioned ecological war crimes.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Let's do it that way. So we tag the lake. That takes off 2 more. That completely empties my heat pool.
Yep. So you are good
Nice.
as far as that goes. All right. So now the Centurion. The Centurion is going to be a little bit on the hotter side. Oh, no. Well, he's not in great shape. I think he's going to have to... So I could do an emergency vent with him, or I could do an emergency shutdown.
That's gutsy.
That's not a good idea. That's a really bad idea, in fact.
Great idea.
Let's
shut down.
turn
go
the engine off
stationary.
and let it cool down at the red light.
Yeah. Turn it off. Turn it on again.
I think he's gonna roll heat. He's gonna roll to emergency vent. Oh, that is not high enough to succeed against his heat difficulty.
I love it.
All right. Well, he still vents 1 heat, but because the roll failed, he takes a consequence. Oof, that is.
Maybe you should join me in the hot stove.
We're gonna just call it an overheated consequence. So that can be used for a few different things. Oof, that's not great. All right. So that's all the heat stuff that we need to do, which means now we're going to go into movement. So the Centurion's going to go first. The Centurion is going to... Ooh, his stability doesn't look good either. He's going to go 1, 2, and then he is going to roll... what does he need to roll for that? Oh, stability roll modified by piloting. Okay, so 3. And okay, perfect. So he's able to clear 3 boxes of stability damage. But, you know, he wasn't able to get very far, so hopefully he can still make use of something. That was him. Then it's going to go to Eula.
Okay.
Jenner's gone. Okay.
Let's see. Accelerate 3, maneuverable 3. How do we do the ruler thingy? I want to kind of check ranges here really quick.
In the upper left corner of your Roll20, You'll see a little toolbar. There's
aha.
yeah, looks like a comb, or some people say it looks like a ruler, but I don't see it.
If they made those little indents less comb-like and more ruler-like, it would totally work.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there he is. Ooh. Okay.
For that blackjack hiding in the back.
So that's one thing. It's like he's completely uncontested at this point. He could hurt us. He could hurt us in a sec. So we're going to 1, 2, 3 with the accelerate, and we're just going to keep at a walk for right now. Although you said we can tag the pavement for additional movement.
Yes, but it's already been tagged once, so you'd have to spend a fate point to do it if you wanted to.
That's quite all right. This should bring me into range of everything that I need for the moment. And that's me for the movement.
Okay.
Straight and steady.
Perfect. Now, did you just walk, or did you?
We just walked.
Okay.
Nah, not going to deal with the heat or the stability from the jump jets right now.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. So now it is the Panther / Blackjack. The Panther is going to go 1, 2. It will change facing a little bit to there. And then it doesn't have any stability, but it's going to move into the water. So that is another cool water that hasn't been tagged. So,
Hey, quick, somebody jump in there just to boil it off.
right? It's all about strategic positioning. All right, so that's going to be his turn. The Blackjack is going to... I think the Blackjack is going to... Goes 1, 2. You can do that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So he's just going to do that. Which means that he is going to also roll stability. So he clears off that one box of stability stress. Blackjack is taking it cool, taking it easy, just kind of meandering into combat. He's not going to do anything crazy. So next is going to be Tovar.
Okay, so how do you clear stability? I know if you stand still, you remove one automatically, right?
Say again?
For clearing stability. So if you stay still,
yes.
you automatically clear one, but you can also roll as well?
Yes, if you walk, you can roll stability to see if you can clear more.
Okay. Oh, I like that positioning with that Centurion, though. I'm going to go ahead and stand still and clear one of my stabilities since it is maxed out right now.
Okay.
And do I also roll stability or just clear the one?
You would also roll stability.
Okay.
So it's a guaranteed 1 if you stand still, and then you might be able to clear more.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no! Oh no!
Oh no no!
Oh no! All right. So there is no penalty for failing other than you don't clear your stability. But now you're standing still, so you're gonna have a fleeting aspect of clear target.
Yep.
Which I'm sure you've got plenty of armor and everything left, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that was your movement. It is Archer's turn to move.
I'll move forward 2. And I'll make that ability check. And then I add 1 because my piloting's higher, right? Or is it just a straight stability check?
Say that again.
Do I get to add 1 to my roll because my piloting's higher?
For accelerate, yes.
first stability check.
Oh, yes. Yep, that's correct.
All right, so it's a 0. Cool. That's okay.
We're not very stable right now. We're on shaky ground.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I got a little bit of stability to burn.
All right. I was just making a little
Okay.
adjustment
That's
there,
my turn.
and that's going to go there. Okay. So, all right. Well, these guys have a little bit of an opportunity here, it would seem. Archer, you get to go first with shooty shooty.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the Centurion down. At least attempt
Okay.
to. So I'm gonna tag. My aspect. Rookies cause problems because this rookie is everything up. So I'm gonna add the +2 to that, and then I'll tag the overheated, whatever that'll do for my shot.
Okay.
So that's a double. I'll tag both of those, and then I'm gonna fire my autocannon at him.
Okay.
So that
Fourth
is
hot leg.
5 plus whatever I get for the overheated.
You get another 2, so that's 7.
So it's the 7.
Nice.
Oh.
Funny how the rookies are out in front.
Okay. Drops it down to 5. Um. Well, he's gonna have to take a moderate consequence now. So, structure exposed. I think that's not great.
And I'll take my heat and stability.
Yeah. Oh, he'll also take a stability for taking the hit. And you've got your heat and stability that you're marking down, so that's perfect. Let's see. Tovar, I think it is your turn next.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and use my last fate point there to use my spray and pray. Let me see if I can link that. I'm gonna go ahead and open up with those machine guns.
Okay. If
I'm
you
Centurion.
just okay, gotcha. Let's see. You have to be in short range, which is how many tiles?
1 to 2.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking medium range there.
So your machine guns can fire up to medium range, but to use the stunt, you have to be close up.
Okay, no problem. So I will go ahead and use my ballistic guns.
Okay. So you're gonna fire your regular machine guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Because they're less hot. And can I tag that aspect that he's got?
Yes. So that's a 6 total, or no, 7 because you would get +1 for your gunnery, right?
Yeah, 7. Yep.
Man, this poor Centurion.
And all this ballistic damage. I want to see what the stability thing does.
Let's see. So he's unfortunately he cleared his stability, so he's got 2 stability.
I meant on me.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So, well, you're not taking a consequence from it just yet. Cast nap time. Yeah, exactly. All right. So there's that, and then Well, he's going to take a severe consequence because he took 5 stress, and he doesn't have enough armor to cover it. So we're going to go with.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, right.
Leave that bottom slot open. Let's go chew the top ones out.
We're going to go with engine critical. Okay. I'll probably have to come up with like a little table or something of different
Catchy little phrases.
well, different kind of consequences for the mild, moderate, severe, so that I can just pull one out randomly. I'm not always using the same ones, but I don't have to come up with one on the spot every time. So, all right. Actually, I had another thought earlier today, which, like, the worst time for me to be inspired to like tweak something is like the day that we're supposed to be running. But I had an idea for doing doing a consequence for each hit location on the mech. So like a left arm, a right arm, but that would just get weird, I think. So I don't know.
That would get really bogged down after a while.
Yeah. There's no perfect way to do it.
But
so
fun.
I'm going to stick with this. As long as everybody's cool with being a little bit narrative about it, then we're fine. All right, so it is now the Panther's turn.
That sneaky little panther.
Sneaky little Panther. He is going to do a sensors roll.
He's like, where's that fourth mech? I know it's out here somewhere.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I take that back. On the Centurion, I'm going to use your critical weapon damage aspect. So that would actually drop down by 2. So he doesn't have the engine critical. He just takes his third armor box down, so that he is still in good shape. I forgot you had that aspect. So the Panther is not going to shoot at anybody. The Phoenix Hawk is still in okay shape. So the Panther's going to try and sensor lock the Phoenix Hawk. So he's going to make a sensors roll, opposed by your sensors roll plus your, you +1 if your operations is higher than your sensors. Well.
And which one of my skills am I rolling?
It's the sensors rating on your mech. Yeah.
And
okay.
yeah, my operations is better, so.
All right. Well, he did not succeed.
As I splashed the water in front of me to block his signal.
All right. So let's see. So that's that. The blackjack is going to go. The blackjack is just going to shoot at.
He's right there in a sitting target.
No, because you didn't move forward the way he anticipated. Okay, so he's just going to fire ballistics, but you are a sitting duck, so he is going to get a +2 to this. So it's going to be ballistics, and then you're going to obviously roll your maneuver. Ballistics +2, so that's a 4 total.
And I'm like a little 2-year-old in the bathtub, splashing around.
All right. So, Eula, it is your turn to attack.
Alrighty.
We have exposed all the targets for you.
And the Centurion's already in pretty rough shape, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, see if you can drop it.
Yeah, he's in rough shape, yeah.
Alright, and let's see. No, I don't want to risk another Alpha Strike. We are going to go ahead and give him the missiles again.
Okay.
Well within range here. He is overheated. Or that's already been tagged though, right?
It's already been tagged.
Correct.
But if you have a fate point, you can tag it again.
I do have a fate point. We're going to go ahead and tag that again.
Okay.
He's moving a little bit sluggish there. Got some sweat in the pilot's eyes. No, he's going to walk right into this swarm of missiles.
Who knew that swarm were heat seekers?
Yes. What the? Okay. See, this is what I get for not being out in the front and scouting.
Guys hated you today.
Yeah.
Do you have another fate point you can spend?
I do. It's just debating on whether or not to go for the reroll or go for the
You rolled 2 negatives and 2 zeros.
Technically you're at a plus. Technically, you're at 2 because you tagged his aspect, right?
Right. Right. Spent the fate point for that.
Yeah. So that's a 2 at least. He might fail.
I don't like those chances, especially since I gave that
Reroll.
Good God.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Roll 20 is against us.
You're like, are you sure this simulator is programmed correctly? Because, dang.
Oh, there you go.
Fail.
There you go.
As long as I can spread the bad luck, we're in good shape.
All right. Luckily, he's got enough armor that he's able to kind of soak up the missiles. But that's gonna give him stability damage as well. Oh, that's gonna make this next part kind of awkward.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna fire and fall over.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna happen here.
Remember when I joked I wanted to see what happens when you max out a stability one way or another?
Oh, he's also gonna have to worry about it. Oh, he's so screwed. But I think he's gonna do it anyways.
Bring
It's
it,
just a simulator.
Scruffy.
All right. So
Death is not a consequence.
he's gonna alpha strike. So he's gonna fire ballistic plus missiles plus energy. That's gonna give him. I think we determined before. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 4 heat. That brings him up to the very edge of his excess heat, but not over, so he doesn't shut down immediately. So it's going to be this plus 2. 6. I need a maneuver roll from you, please, Tavor.
I got a 2.
And then there's a -1 because you were already attacked this turn, so I think you get a 1.
Yep. A 1.
All right, so that is 7 stress.
So, 7.
Yeah.
So what happens when we run out of armor?
So when you run out of armor, any stress you take rolls over into consequences. So you can take a serious consequence to bump that down to just 1 point of armor stress, and then you mark off your last armor stress.
Yep, that's totally what I'm going to go for.
Okay.
You have a suggestion for severe, or do you want me to come up with something?
I
Shot
will.
to shit sounds good.
I will let you do.
Exposed pilot.
Oh no.
Ranger Eric, yeah, you're right. That Centurion really is going to have their override turned on, which they do. So.
I'm good with exposed pilot because that would be totally appropriate. Here I am at the water line with water coming in my cockpit.
Okay.
Who knew the simulators were that good?
Right?
You did. You're the VR jock.
Good point.
Should have brought fishing pole.
So the Centurion is going to take stability. He's going to have to roll to see if he... Let's see. That's going to be stability.
So that maxes me out because I was at a 3 before I was shot. Do I have to roll something as well?
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. That is
Okay.
not enough for him to stay up, so he has the temporary aspect of being prone. So that's going to be awkward for him. I'm going to use the one that I always like to use for prone just to remind myself. And then as a Phoenix Hawk, you're going to have to roll a stability plus... so stability modified by piloting. So roll your stability, add your piloting. You want to get equal to your stability. Or higher.
So that gives me a 3, which I'm currently at.
That is exactly enough. So you don't clear any stability, but you do stay upright.
My mech totally gives him an Italian gesture.
All right, so that is that. We're going to go into clearing stability damage. You fired a ballistic weapon. You were hit with ballistic weapons. He fired a ballistic weapon and fell over. He fired a ballistic weapon. He didn't do anything, so he should clear. He doesn't have any. And you don't have any to clear because you also didn't generate any stability damage, so we're good. Pardon me. So that's the stability. Rolling over into the next turn, we're going to look at heat. Archer, go ahead and vent whatever heat you need to vent. Perfect.
Yep.
Pardon me again, sorry. Sorry about that. Throat's a little bit dry.
No problem. Hail hydrate.
Right. Tovar.
Every mech warrior's cockpit comes with a drink holder.
Or one of those little, like, beer helmets.
Yes.
Tovar.
My guy totally has one of those.
All right. Tovar, go ahead and vent your heat. I think you clear 1.
And it's only 1 free tag in the water, right?
Yes, correct.
Gladly vent that one.
All right. The blackjack is going to. He would have generated heat last turn for the ballistic, but then cleared it this turn, so we'll count that good. Oh wait, you should have had a stability though for firing that ballistic weapon. The panther is going to clear one heat. He is going to. You know what? He'll tag that to clear his heat. There's no guarantee he's going to get another chance, so he might as well do it now. And
The stream turns to steam.
yeah, exactly. The Centurion is going to also vent. Oh, Centurion. Oh, Centurion.
Might as well while you're prone.
You
I mean,
know, right? Huh. I think he's going to have to do an emergency vent. Or a shutdown. He doesn't. No, the emergency vent isn't going to work.
sucks to be him.
He's going to do an emergency shutdown, so that's immediately clears all of his heat. He cannot take an action this round, and he has the temporary aspect emergency shutdown, as well as being prone. So,
Talk about a sitting target.
yeah, I think we know what's going to happen to the Centurion this turn. Okay, so now it's movement. The Centurion cannot do anything, so he's going to. Actually, hold on a second. Is the heat thing? Your turn. Yep. Okay. Well, that's it for him. Eula, it's your turn to move.
Alrighty.
You know what? No, it's a simulation. Never mind. I was going to say he should probably eject, but it's a simulation. They don't have any self-preservation.
It's like those bots in Black Ops. They just throw themselves into the machine.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how does multi-targeting work?
So basically you would. That's not something I really addressed. You can do it. I would say you probably take a -1 for each target on each attack.
Okay. Alrighty.
So.
Then we shan't for the moment. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
This is light forest right in front of me here. Yeah, that's light.
Yes, it is.
I
That's
just had to
correct.
zoom in a little
Yep.
bit there.
Same here.
And that should. Okay, that puts me in the fight. Lets me start trying to do some armor sharing. So yeah. Let's see where that puts us.
I cannot believe the Phoenix Hawk is still alive. All right. The Panther is going to maneuver there, and then there, and then I need to move that. And that's going to let him twist there, and then he is going to go ahead and roll Accelerate for 3. So that's going to... Oh, you know what? In that case... 1, 2, 3. And that will let him rotate to there. And then the blackjack is going to go. The blackjack is going to... The blackjack is going to jump.
Ooh, damn.
He's going to go... Yep, that's all he needed. He's going to go backwards 1. That's going to automatically give him a stability and a heat. But that's okay. He now is able to benefit from the tree cover. So he's going to hang on to that as a save his bacon type of thing. Because that has also not been tagged yet. Okay. Eula. Or no, sorry. That was... we were just doing movement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were done. Tovar, it's your turn to move.
Does my rookie do something smart or something stupid? He is a rookie.
He is a rookie. That is true.
So I'm gonna go ahead and checking my.
So much stability damage, and no consequences, and no armor left to speak of.
Yeah, I don't think my guy would totally shoot on this guy since he's powered down. That's not the clan way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's totally an inner spear douchebag way, but that's not the clan way.
Damn inner sphere.
And our maneuver is how far we can move, right?
No, your accelerate is how far you can move.
Accelerate.
And then if you want to sprint, you would roll again on accelerate. But I don't think you want to do that.
No, not right now. No.
Save your ammo. DFA when they're powered down.
Death from above.
I mean, that would be. Yeah, I can see that.
I was totally thinking about going for a stunt for death from above, just because that's totally a thing.
That would be. I haven't even figured out how death from above would work.
Randy Savage elbow drop.
There's a Tex Talks Battletech just did an episode on the Charger, and I'm pretty sure there's an animation in there of someone like piloting the Charger, and they do the elbow, or something like they do some wrestling move on another mech or something like that.
By the way, finding your dot in water is a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
There it is. I'm gonna look angrily at that panther.
Okay, are you gonna roll stability?
Yep. That would be very helpful.
Go for it.
Yay!
All right, you clear off 3 stability.
Nice.
All right, so. Archer, it's your movement.
Okay. I'm gonna shift, and then I'm going to move right here.
Gonna scare the shit out of that panther.
And then I'm gonna roll my stability. All right, so that's 4.
Nice.
So I get to clear all my stability. Is it all of them or just 1?
It's 1 for every shift you generate. So for every whatever you roll, that's how many you clear.
Oh, nice.
3
So
boxes.
so 3 boxes. I have no stability. I am going all out now.
You're twinkle toes in it.
Yeah, and okay, that's my movement.
All right, well we go right into attack, and it's your turn. So.
All right, I'm gonna Alpha Strike. Can I include a melee attack in my Alpha Strike?
Ooh.
Sure. I imagine it as firing your weapons as you close and then finishing off with a punch. So, yes.
Yeah.
You will
So is that
an extra stability damage for including the melee attack.
That's completely. I'm all for the thematics and flavor right now, so that's fine.
So
do I get to add? So is that a +2, right? Or is that a +3 to my roll?
So that'll be plus. It'll be plus
That's
2
lasers, right?
Well, so it's just energy.
Okay,
they,
got
they
you.
all fall within.
Okay,
that,
so it's a +2, right?
+2. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tag my aspect of survivalist. This dude tried to sneak up on me, and I don't like that. So that's a total of +4 already.
Okay.
And here we go. Alpha Strike engaged.
Some cool
7.
comment about panther stalking in the tree line.
Don't forget you generate 3 heat and a
Yep,
stability.
and 2 stability. Yep, 3 heat, 2 stability. Totally worth it.
2 stability for a melee attack.
Well, because I fired my my
yeah,
autocannon already.
That's right. So melee stability. If the
So that's
attacker
why it was
hits,
2
they
stability.
suffer 1 stability damage. If they miss, they suffer damage equal to the accelerator rating of their mech. Fighter takes equal to attack. Okay, wow. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Melee is rough. Okay, so the Panther is really hoping to roll well on this.
So that's a 4.
3. Okay, so that's a 4 total. All right, so what is the stability rating? What is your stability skill for your mech? 2?
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to take 1 from the ballistic and then 2 from the 2 from the melee attack. You're just going to take 1 stability for hitting on the melee attack, which means that he is going to have to take a... So it was a 4. He's going to mark off his level 2 armor box and his mild consequence of unsteady. Okay.
Mark this fate point out. Okay, there we go.
All right. Well, he was kind of hoping to sneak up on you, but you decided to turn and go after him instead. So...
Well, his partner powered down, so...
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Planner's got honor.
Tovar, your turn.
I'm totally going to open up on the Panther, too, because he shot me earlier, and I have not forgotten.
Okay. I think he shot at you. Did he? No, he actually did hit you. Yeah. So
Yeah, he lazed off some armor with his PP.
Medium is 3 to 6. So yeah, you can hit him with everything if you want to. Keep shooting, core them. Yeah, exactly. Well, no, you don't want to core them because if you core them, you don't get any salvage.
I mean that's where the money comes from.
Were you firing
the simulation for them?
I was doing the short medium range lasers, not the large laser.
Okay, were you including your ballistics in that? Your machine guns?
You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. So that's going to be 2 heat, 3 heat. I think it's going to be 3 heat that you generate.
Mm-hmm.
Plus a stability for firing ballistic weapons.
And I'm +1 to that roll too.
Yep, so that's going to be just 2? Is that total?
It should be +1 for the ballistics and 1 for the +1, right? So 3 total?
Sorry, you said 1 from the +1. What +1 are you talking about?
Your gunner is higher, right?
Yeah.
Oh, your gunnery. Yes, that's correct. So that's a 3 total. Are you tagging his unsteady aspect?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that's another 2, so that's going to be a total of a 5. His maneuver, he's going to be -1 because...
And he's been attacked
2,
already.
So 3. Okay.
Good time to press the advantage.
He marks off his level 3 armor. Oh, wait. He's also... Well, he's got to roll stability now.
He takes some stability.
Stability. He is
Tat.
okay, actually. He manages to stay up.
Blast.
Okay.
And then I mockingly mock the Centurion over the comms, because that's what I would do.
The Panther is going to... Because, again, it's a simulation, so they're making optimal choices. Is going to attack Tovar again. And you are within range for him to alpha strike you. So that is going to be... This is going to be +3, or sorry, +1, so... and he is going to tag... He's going to tag Exposed Pilot. So that will use that.
Oh,
So that's
no.
another 2, so that's going to be 4. So I need you to please give me a maneuver roll.
Oh,
Not
no.
Oh,
Good
no.
enough.
Nope, it is not.
Not optimal.
So, do you have any fate points to spend?
Nope. I am tapped out.
All right. Well, in that case, that's a total of a 5 against
Ooh.
2, I think, because your piloting is higher than your maneuver. So that's going to be 3, which you don't have anything to soak up. Like
Yep,
you could.
I only got a mile left.
Yeah, you've only got a mile left, which would only account for 2. Which means, do you want to describe how your mech gets taken out?
As the Panther aims right over Archer and just unloads right into my cockpit, the last thing I see is the glow of the particle beam cannons as I rip off my helmet and bounce it outside the VR unit, pissed that I was the first one taken out of the team.
All right.
And look around to see if anybody was watching on the view screens.
Um.
According to this, there was 10 people watching you.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. You had an audience of I see 11 people.
Oh, yeah, it's 11 now. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yes, you had a bit
And
of
then
an
I
audience.
run over to Eula, Eula's pod, and I say, "Take this fucker out."
All right, so that was the Panther, which means now it is the Blackjack. The Blackjack doesn't have to shoot at you anymore. Oh, wait. Oh.
No.
Well, he is going to go ahead and tag an aspect for rear arc. So he's going to get a +2 to this. He is going...
Not honorable.
Like you wouldn't take advantage of that if you had the opportunity.
Absolutely would, but I'm not honorable.
Fair.
I am a survivalist.
So that's going to be that +2. Ooh, that's a total of a 5. I need a maneuver roll from you, please, Archer.
Okay. And that is that's 4 for me.
4?
Because
Okay.
my piloting's higher. Yeah.
So that's 1 stress, which means that you'll mark off your first armor box.
Yeah, that's okay. Just a flesh wound.
All right. He is going to take... Oh, and you take stability as well because he hit you with a...
Got it. Ballistic weapon.
Yeah. All right. And then, Eula, it is your turn.
All right. Well, okay, so I can't torso twist to like face the Panther. Basically, the only thing I've got is a Sleepy Centurion or the Blackjack that I can fire at.
Shoot the blackjack.
No, you can fire because you can fire out of this. Basically, you can fire out of any of your front 3 borders. So
Okay.
you can fire that, and that doesn't cross over into like being in the rear arc. So yeah.
We shall fire at the Panther in accordance with the prophecy. We're going to give him the missiles.
Give him the missiles.
Each missile is
Clamps.
pods have words written on the outside.
And so he doesn't. I've lost track. His no negative tags outstanding right now.
Not for free. No, you'd have to spend a fate point.
Okay. And we are all out of those. All right, so we're just going to give him the missiles as they stand. No more
Okay.
mediocre. Bam.
I mean, he has no more upper
Yes.
consequences.
Okay, so that's what? That's a 5 total?
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh.
And that's actually -2 because he was attacked by.
He's been shot at
Enforcer,
twice.
And, yeah.
Yep.
So that's actually a -1. So that's a total of 6. He's got to use his severe consequence in order to.
Like you said, no mediocre.
I've used up all my mediocres for this game.
We're going to call that a pilot injury as the severe consequence. And then he takes another stability, which means he has to roll again. And that is not enough.
Yes.
Which means he is going to...
Gonna have an achy back.
He's going to drop prone.
Oh man, I'm gonna people's elbow him.
All right. So that was your attack. Don't forget to take the heat
Right.
for that. And then we are going to go to... you're going to go to Tovar.
Oh,
Sitting
wait,
outside Eula's pod at the VR place talking smack.
I'm taking a long drag from his cigarette.
I have to imagine that the simulation pods are soundproof. Um, so you're talking smack, but he doesn't hear a word of it because he's in the sim. Um, Archer, I think it is.
Smoke. Nice.
Or no, sorry, we're going back the other direction.
Well, we're doing. It's the end of the
We're
turn,
done.
right?
Yeah, that's
we're
done.
Good.
Yeah,
So we're doing heat.
because he didn't have a turn, so yeah. Now we're doing stability. I mean, technically, the Centurion does clear his stability.
I would hope so. I would hope so. Being shut
Being
down.
locked down.
He's flat on the ground, so there's no chance he's going to fall over again at the moment.
Fall deeper.
I call this
Underground.
planetary
Eula, you don't have to
stability.
worry about stability. Archer, you did something that would generate stability, so you don't get to clear it. The Blackjack doesn't get to clear it either. Okay, so going into heat at the beginning of the next round. Archer.
Burn my 2. I'm good to go.
Okay. The Blackjack, or sorry, Tovar's out. The Blackjack is going to clear 2 heat, so he's good there. Eula.
Ticked my 1 off already.
Okay. The Panther actually should have generated heat because he did an Alpha Strike, so that should have been 1, 2, 3, 4. So he will drop 1 heat and I think he's got to do an emergency vent. So okay, so that doesn't help him, but that's okay. He's just a panther. He's probably not gonna survive. So we're done with heat, which means we're going into movement. Okay, so the Centurion is going to power back up, and is going to stand. So he's done.
Game.
Yeah. The Panther is going to do the same for his movement, and also clear all of his stability stress. Eula, your movement.
Alrighty.
Ranger Eric says, survivalist guy gets it, DFA. I think we're going to have to do at least one DFA attack to mollify the crowd.
I do have a fate point left.
All right.
All right, we're gonna see maneuver 1, accelerate, and
You can just walk on over me.
You just stop.
Scream! Yeah, there you go. Scream at him over the radio. Shoot the Centurion!
that should do it for me for movement. I figure with the Centurion getting back up, if nothing else, just being that big threatening target right in front of it will keep the pressure off of Archer.
I mean, in
Aw.
a logical world, but we've already shown that that's not what they're doing.
Hey, or he can turn around to face you and give me that back arc.
That's-
Sweet
Either way.
back arc.
Sweet
Either way.
rear arc. So move. Blackjack is going to just go 1, 2, which means
Uh-oh.
he's going to roll stability.
Poorly.
Okay, so he clears 1. That's okay. He still has the tree cover if he gets shot at. Archer, you get to move. Now, if you want to do a DFA attack, technically you have to jump.
Then that's what I'm gonna do, because why not? This is a simulation.
All right.
It's the time to test those rules out.
So that's a 4.
Yeah, so you can move 4 hexes. Basically, you want to just end up in any hex adjacent to the Panther.
I'll move to this one because it puts the Panther between me and the Blackjack and the Centurion, and I'm in some trees.
All right.
So I get and since it's my attack now, I'm going to do a DFA.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a melee attack. We're gonna say it's gonna be a melee attack. If you hit, you get a bonus. I haven't figured out the rules for this because I didn't expect it to come up.
You get a cool guy bonus.
So I think that you should do a melee attack with a bonus equal to either your armor or your stability, whichever is higher.
Fortunately for me, they're the same.
All right. But it's
So
still
it's a 2.
Still a +2
Yeah.
plus your pilot.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go. Rolling this melee, which is only a 1. And
DFA.
engage.
DFA.
Ooh, so that's a 4. And you know what?
I think it's a 5.
I'm gonna.
Right?
Oh, a 5. Yeah, 5. But
'Cause you're-
I'm gonna give the crowd what they want and
Wait.
tag another one of my aspects. We're gonna go with which one have I not tagged yet? Outworld Alliance Season Officer. I'm gonna tag my last fate point because I am an experienced officer. I know how to do this, so I'm going to give this man the business and drop the bow on him. So that's that's 7.
That's 7. Oh God.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Okay. He's got to roll really well if he wants to survive this. That is.
I mean, does he want to survive it? I mean,
oh, actually, that is exactly enough to take off his last armor and give him moderate consequence. We're gonna say.
Are you not entertained? I'm giving people what they want. By all means, I should have just shot this man, but I gave him the elbow.
We're gonna say left leg destroyed. Hey, Ranger Eric cashed in benevolence to reward the DFA. Thank you very much. Okay, you know what? Since you got a benevolence, technically the Panther is still in the fight. We're gonna say that it actually takes him out, rather than leaving him with one turn left.
I'm talking about.
You hit him, you destroy his leg, and the Panther topples over, and the impact from the mech falling over again, and twice in very short succession, kind of like knocks the pilot out, and he's unconscious. So
Back in the dirt.
wow.
Boom.
DFA. All right. Now I will say, I have never put anybody up in the playtest against other seasoned pilots. They've all been rookies that just use the base mech stats. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when they're rolling an extra bonus for for gunnery and for maneuver and stuff like that. It was interesting to see what happens.
I imagine that means the Phoenix Hawk will go down faster.
Hey, don't blame the Phoenix Hawk. You use the Phoenix Hawk to great effect in the playtest. This can only
I did.
This can only be
It's all pilot error.
Yeah, exactly.
oh,
You call me the savage bitch, just blame it on the pilot.
All right. So that was your attack. Tovar is out, which means the Blackjack is up next. Oh, you will take for doing a DFA. Did you take the stability for the jump?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and
Okay.
I just took one for the melee.
Okay. I think a DFA's got to come with another stability.
Okay, then I'm tapped out.
So you need to roll a.
You know what? I forgot to roll my stability when I moved. Oh, and I jumped. Never mind. So I'll roll my stability right now. Yep.
Okay.
Let's do this. That's a 2.
That
So
is
that's not cutting it.
gonna cut it. Yeah. So that is going to see you fall prone. So
It's okay. Joke's on them. It gives me more cover.
It was all part of your plan.
Mm-hmm.
And you took the heat from the jump as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So then the blackjack. You know what? The blackjack is going to shoot at you. It's going
Okay.
to
Well,
tag
I'm gonna take the
your-
tree cover.
Okay. So basically, it'll cancel out.
All a part of the plan.
So flip that to red. Flip that to red.
He's playing chess. He's playing chess. I'm definitely playing checkers.
All right, so he is going
Ping
to
me.
take a shot.
Yes.
Seriously?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
If it wasn't for the tree cover, you would have. Well, you can't roll maneuver. You're on the ground.
Oh well, whatever. I can roll.
But he's. You just kind of like you're just kind of moving your arms to rock your mech back and forth on the ground. Somehow, miraculously, the autocannons managed to miss you. So he's gonna take a heat
Because he's listening.
So,
He's listening to the best around from the Karate Kid in his cockpit.
yeah, exactly. It is now. Oh wait, the Centurion is at the end. So that was the blackjack. Eula, it's your turn.
Kill the Centurion.
Yeah, that's the most sensible thing at this point. We're gonna give the Centurion the lasers.
The business.
Lasers.
Actually, we're gonna do the split fire thing. We're gonna give the missiles to the blackjack. We're gonna give the lasers to the Centurion.
Okay, so that'll be
Nice.
-1 to both targets. So
Unleash hell.
So that should cancel out the gunnery bonus.
correct, yes.
Okay. All right, no mediocres.
Come on,
Damn
baby.
it.
Oh,
Oh no!
Okay, so
So that was
no-
against the blackjack. So the blackjack will roll maneuver because he might like biff it. Okay, so yeah, the blackjack kind of like hits his jump jets just a little and kind of like turns sideways, so the missiles all kind of like land around him. Go ahead and make the energy attack against the Centurion. The Centurion does not have any unused tags, so all right, so he's gonna do a maneuver. Whoa! Oh my gosh!
Oh. My God. The man can dodge at the speed of light. What the?
So the Centurion
Ooh.
does a little like pirouette thing, one-armed pirouette, and just like, yeah, your lasers just go totally wide.
Oh no.
Hey, thanks. That's
outside the VR
taking
chamber,
care of
the
that.
filters is jacking up the difficulty.
The Centurion is going to. Yeah, the Centurion's going to go ahead and shoot at the Enforcer. So 6, that is within medium range. So he can Alpha Strike because he is not very smart. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to knock him into the excess heat, but that's okay because he doesn't need to live. He just needs to kill the Enforcer. So that is, he can't, you know what? He'll spend a fate point to, he'll give you a fate point to tag the helpless target aspect. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! You've got to be kidding me!
Justice is on
You've
my
got
side.
to be kidding me!
I am the greatest. It is God wills it. It is divine that I will win this battle.
God wills
Okay, now I will say,
God wills it.
he still gets a +4 to that because he tagged an aspect for 2 and then he fired 2, so that's actually going to be 3.
That's okay.
So,
You got this. You got this.
So you take 3 armor stress. You mark off your 3rd armor box.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay. He is gonna take.
I'm still standing. Well, I'm laying down, but I'm not dead, so I mean, you know what I mean.
How ironic you would pick that one song.
Yeah.
The one that applies the least. Sorry, there's some chat going on. Just wrapped an offline Call of Cthulhu game. Nice. How'd it go? Now you're here to heckle. Okay, well. Ranger Eric also said, nice, how'd it go? Welcome to the chaos. It's nice to see we're having fun. Call of Cthulhu went well. Picked up the second of 6 statue pieces and managed to get out of the city before the bad guys realized what they'd done. Okay. All right. I mean, and Big Dad has a pet chameleon. Nice. I would argue that it doesn't go well if they get closer to having whatever magical MacGuffin is necessary in a Cthulhu game. But, that's just a matter of perspective. So that was the end of that round. So stability. He doesn't clear any. He doesn't clear any. You didn't take any.
I cleared mine, right? Since I was laying down.
Yes, you do clear yours.
That's right. Back in the game.
So going into the next round, we're going to do heat. I think Archer and Eula, you both know your heat that you needed to dissipate. So.
Yeah. I got no heat and no stability. You know what that means? It's coming.
Ooh.
Heat, and he needs to make. He's going to try an emergency vent. Oh God.
Shame.
How's that going for you?
Why do the dice hate me so much? All right.
You could fry an egg on that cockpit.
So if the roll fails, the mech takes a consequence. All right. Well, his. Oh God.
How many of those are left?
He's only got a severe consequence left. We're gonna call.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna call it ammo explosion.
Hooray!
He vents another heat at least. Oh, good lord. Heat and no stability sounds like my college.
I mean...
Okay. That is unfortunate for him. Okay, moving into the movement. Technically, he gets to go next. He has stability damage. He is going to... 1, 2.
Oh, gave me that rear firing arc. That's what I'm talking about.
He's going to maneuver to there, because his maneuver is 2. Yeah, so he's going to do that. He'd like to go in for a melee attack. Let's see if he can... I mean, you're probably going to move, but, he's going to try it anyways.
I mean, that spot's pretty nice.
He can still shoot at the Enforcer, who has to stand up this turn, so that's okay. Eula, you get to move next.
So, activating jump jets is 1 stability, and it gets added to your walking movement.
I have a fate point back. I need to add that. It just keeps giving me fate points.
I'm so sorry, I was looking at the chat.
Don't
Say that
forget
again.
So for activating jump jets, I take 1 stability stress, and
one
I
heat.
add my jump to my movement. Oh, I'm already... Heat's already at a dangerous place. Oh, wait, I 1 extra for being in water, correct?
No, because you are not in... Oh, wait. Oh, you are in water,
Also been-
but you
Been
have to...
tagged already though.
It's been tagged already, so you have to spend a fate point if you want to tag it again.
Well, not to tag it, just for being in it. I thought it was doing the 1 extra, or no?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, we can't afford to jump right now. We are too...
Dude, risk it to get the biscuit. It's just a simulation.
We fight how we train, so we train how we fight.
I like that.
I
That's
mean-
good. That's good. That's good.
1 maneuver, 1 accelerate.
Just stay there and duke it out with the Centurion. You're bound to win.
I mean, that's what the people want.
Robot jocks. Rock'em sock'em.
Achilles,
Oh.
I kill you.
Oh crap. Well, that's bad for the Centurion.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's bad for the Centurion.
Oh dang!
The only saving grace is that you're a clanner, so I can tag that if I want to prevent you from doing a melee attack, or at least
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your house,
dishonor on your cow.
dishonor on your
Little
cow.
dragon doing this,
Exactly.
this.
But who needs a melee attack when I have an ER large laser?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I
Okay.
punch with photons. Too.
The blackjack is gonna go. Oh, is the blackjack gonna do something crazy?
I mean, in all honesty, the Centurion was given multiple chances by all of us. So, plan honors maintained.
he literally turned his entire mech off for a whole turn.
And we were all just like, dude, let us know when you're back in the game. Just tag back in.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna kill it. That's why I went over and elbow dropped the Panther.
The blackjack is gonna DFA Eula.
Oh no!
Oh,
Whoa!
Oops.
So he did the jump. He's gonna have to roll stability, which is just enough for him to succeed. All right. So the actual melee attack will come in on the actions phase. It is Archer. It's your turn. You get to stand up. Yay, standing
About
up.
to save your life. About to save your life, bro.
bring it! Bring it!
Yep. Because now I get to. That's my movement. Is standing up, and now I'm gonna shoot. And I'm going to alpha strike the blackjack. And I'm gonna use my last fate point that you gave me so graciously. Yeah. What do I want to call? I'll just tag the survivalist again because that's basically what's happening. So that's a +2. So here we go. Ballistics. That's a 6.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a 7 because it's an alpha strike.
And it's an 8 because your your gunnery is not higher. So it's
No,
a
it's the
7.
same. My gunnery is the same, yeah. So it's a 7.
Oh no, this is bad.
And was that 3 heat we said, Ben? And then
Yeah, correct.
And then is it 1 or 2 stability?
It's just 1 stability for firing.
1. Okay.
ballistic.
Gotcha. Okay. That's 6.
Nicely done.
Told you I was gonna save your life, bro.
As the blackjack's coming down in the air and the shots go across.
I mean, the
And just
blackjack.
from above with your leg shot off.
I'm just gonna say the blackjack is completely untouched. So the chances of this. Well, actually, he's gonna have to roll stability again.
Gonna
All
fall
right,
on
well.
the DFA.
We're gonna say that he's gonna take his level 4 armor stress, a mild consequence for cracked cockpit, and then he is going to roll, and that is not enough. It would have been enough on the first one, but not enough this time.
Got
So
him.
That is going to knock him prone.
You knocked him off target.
Got him.
Because he's totally stealing your move. I mean,
I know you can't have my moves, man. Let that be a lesson to you. Find your own finisher.
He's like that. He's like Sub-Zero and Reptile and Rain and Scorpion in the Mortal Kombat games. They're just different colors of the same guy. It's like, find your own thing, dude. All right, well,
Imitated but never replicated.
the blackjack gets to go, but he's prone. I don't think he can attack from prone, so.
just blew
Damn.
him off just enough off course.
Yeah, like he did the jump, he went to land, and like the autocannon round hit him and pivoted him and. All right, well, that's it. Eula, you get to go.
So,
Eula,
Yes.
you've successfully surrounded yourself with targets.
Got him right where you want him.
I'm not surrounded. I'm in a target-rich environment.
Exactly.
Okay, so missiles normally have the minimum range.
Yeah,
They're
actually,
normally
I was looking at that. Your missiles actually shouldn't be able to fire at extreme range because they're clan missiles. They should be able to fire from short to medium, or from short to long. I mean. Because
Okay.
clan LRMs are shorter range, but they don't have a minimum range.
Right. They're
Nobody in the clan loses honor by shooting, a
In
continent away.
indirect fire, yeah, exactly.
so on that topic, we'll give him the business.
All right.
Damn it. So I'm torn here because we've got the Centurion that's in bad shape no, it makes it clear. So the blackjack is prone, or he's
Black-
just unstable.
The blackjack is prone. Oh, he gets to clear his stability. Yay.
Outstanding.
Take out the Centurion.
He's utilizing his third point of contact to stabilize.
The blackjack, being prone, is going to take my missiles like a boss, and the Centurion, who is in the rear arc, is going to enjoy some laser goodness.
Okay. What are you rolling first?
We'll do missiles first, as right now the people are here to see the blackjack. We'll cliffhanger that. We will. There was the mod that went into my sheet, and now I can't actually click the skills. How do I? Oh, I think I have to reload.
No. Click the little pencil icon. My bad. I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
I got
No
it for you.
worries. Yeah, we'll do the energy for the Centurion. Give him the lasers.
All right.
I think we
Oh.
will.
No. Ouch.
So
that's
dodge
plus 2
that
because
6 on your face.
Yep, that's so 6. He's gonna roll maneuver. That is not enough. That is gonna be a total of 4. You know what? He actually has a level 4 armor spot. So you get to go ahead and attack the blackjack with missiles. The Centurion's rear armor plate takes it.
All right. And then the prone blackjack is feeling pretty good about that one.
Okay, so that's a 5. And he can't maneuver, so that's just 5. Well, he's got to use his severe consequence. We'll go with exposed pilot. Did you... Wait, sorry.
Say again?
Do you want to tag his cracked cockpit mild consequence that has not been tagged yet?
Oh, yes, I do. Why, thank you.
Okay, well, that will bump it up to 7.
Yes.
So he has to take his level 3 armor, and he has to take a... We'll call it exposed core. All right. The Centurion, we're going to finish this round off because it's just the Centurion taking an attack. The Centurion is going to go ahead and shoot at the Enforcer. Wait, what did we determine? Oh yeah, he's within short range. Okay. So he's going to go ahead and shoot at Archer. That is the wrong one. I'm going to close that one because we won't need it again. He is going to Alpha Strike again, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 heat. Probably not his smartest move, but that's okay. That's only a 4. I need a maneuver roll from you, please.
That's a 1.
Oh no, that's 3. So you have to mark off your level 4 armor spot.
Yep.
That's not so bad.
Got him right where I want him.
All right, I think that is where the training instructors are going to call an end to the simulation. We've reached the duration of our stream. We're actually just a little bit past that. But
What's high score mean?
Say again?
Said, what's high score mean? Did I break it?
What's the high score?
Yeah, did I break it? Because, they ended it.
No, you didn't. So the Enforcer is in pretty good shape, having just taken armor damage. The Griffin is basically is untouched, though. That's what you get for staying in the back for the first half of the fight.
He was
Shooting
doing what he was
reloads.
supposed
I
to
mean,
do.
still got to pay
That's
for
his.
ammo.
That's
That
his
was his
function.
job.
Yeah.
Exactly. He was fulfilling the role. Um, but yeah, I mean, considering that you had an understrength lance, um, going up against a full lance, that wasn't bad. Um, but yeah, that is the back and forth of BattleTech Fate in a nutshell. So, um, or Battle Fate as it has been dubbed by Stolen Fires, who put the graphic together. Um, Thoughts, suggestions, recommendations?
Good.
Definitely, I really enjoyed like working the narrative elements into that, and I've had Fate very briefly explained to me once before, but I've never had the chance to play it. It feels a lot more like what Seventh Sea said it wanted to be system wise,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it feels very back and forth, very fluid, very fun. I like it. The crunch doesn't feel crunchy.
That's good. That's good. I'm really hoping that
Yeah.
once we've played a few sessions and you guys have the rules down really well, I think mech combat is going to flow very smoothly. So,
And especially when you start using abilities for, create an advantage and overcome,
yeah,
that
exactly.
will that adds beautiful aspects to the game.
Yeah, there really wasn't much sensor locking or anything like that where people were using their sensors to impose negative aspects so that their friends could hit them for greater damage and everything like that. So that's going to come into play a lot more as we go. Plus, I mean, even though it's a BattleTech game, it's not all going to be mech combat. There's going to be RP. There's going to be some situations where you have to be out on the ground and performing operations as infantry. So you'll have opportunities to flex your muscles for different things. So yeah. All right. Well, I think we will wrap up because, like I said, we are a little bit over time, and we started a little bit late as it was. But thank you everybody who tuned in for tuning in, whether you're still with us or if you left already, or hopefully if you're catching this on after the fact. I'm Ben Ravensdale. I also am in the Curse of Strahd stream on this channel Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'll hopefully see you then. You can also find me. I've got a board game called Villains and Henchmen that I'm working on getting out there on the market. And I've been showing it off at conventions for a couple of years now. It's about time that it left the nest and I moved on to other things. But we'll see what happens. But you can find me by just Googling Ravensdale Publishing. Pretty sure we're the only ones out there, so it should be easy. For the outro, let's do a quick outro. We'll start with Eula.
So outro, what are we looking for here?
So basically,
Who are you? What do you
you'll say
do?
is, yeah, do a little plug. Like, if you have a
what?
stream of your own or any other projects or anything like that.
Well, I do. I'm Asterisk Chaos. You can find me on Twitch at PNB Asterisk Chaos, as I'm currently the lead mook for Probably Nothing Bad Gaming, where we make video game stuff. Right now, we're developing some mods for Conan Exiles, while waiting on a couple of new assets to come through for our first big project, which is I shouldn't go too much into it. It's a hell of a good time, and I'll be able to tell you more as we get closer to actually being able to get some stuff out there. But in the meantime, we do some just kind of mixed streaming and various shenanigans here on the Twitch.
All right, cool. We'll move on to Tovar.
Hey, I'm playing Tovar, the provoking rookie that got killed, the only KIA we had in the simulation.
Yep.
You can find me online under Creative Plan Podcast Network. We do all kinds of D&D streams, Fate, the new Star Wars from Fantasy Flight Games. We have a heck of a good time with the Genesis system, which, by the way, if you haven't played the Genesis system, you should totally play it. Symbols rather than numbers on the dice make it a lot more interesting, and it gives lots of player agency. But yeah, again, thank you, Ben. When you offered the come play Fate, I'm like, yes, sold. You got me on that.
Oh, you know what? I realized it's actually not Tovar's fault that he died because he was a clanner piloting an inner sphere mech. So, I mean, like, that's just subpar equipment, It's not gonna live up to the rigors that a clan mech warrior is gonna put it through.
Need some clan
So
heat
in
sinks,
the
if nothing
test
else.
play, I was a clanner, and I was piloting the Phoenix. Hawk.
That's a good point. All right, and last but not least, we've got Archer.
Hey, great time. I have no plugs. I will be here to hopefully bring the giant robot pain and entertain people who watch. Everyone have a great evening.
Yeah. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. Guys, thanks for playing. Next week, we should hopefully have our 4th Lance member in action. So, yeah. Ranger Eric, thanks very much for following along and chatting with us. We always appreciate it. We will catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Game with you guys.
Bye,
Later.
everybody.
Take care, y'all.
You too.
GG, guys. Bye bye.